talk is money, honey. All we talk is money. All we talk is money. It's like we need the honey.
Everybody clap.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you for tuning in out there in internet land. We had a little issue with my pantalones, so we started the show a little bit late, but
The
we're gonna be
couple's
okay.
life is on
Welcome to the SOSCAST, the sexiest financial show on the planet. We're doing some old school type of conversation today. We're gonna have a very sexy, sensual, spiritual, smart conversation here on the SOSCAST. Yeah.
And money.
And money. We'll do all that. Spirited. Maybe rather than sensual, spirited.
Okay.
Because we have a couple different topics we're going to be discussing today. OnlyFans, management, pay pigs, Findom. Do you know what this is? No. We'll have that conversation out there. What it's like to run an OnlyFans agency, Andrew Tate's perspective on such a thing. Megan Thee Stallion, a victim of AI deep fakes. Is the future going to be AI girlfriends? We'll see about that. We've heard about this before. We'll talk time and time again because this is an issue we talk about. Male decline. Is it real? How real is it? Boys are struggling. And how do you ladies feel about that? Is that good for you that you're on top? The future is female? We'll see about that. Does the future have men in it? Being single is expensive, especially for you ladies out there. Okay? We'll have that conversation right there. A little Monday. Dating tips in real life. So maybe you don't have to interact with these AI girlfriends out there. We'll have that conversation. And then dating apps. There's a thing called dating app fatigue, or people just completely over it. Sex, drugs, rock and roll without the drugs or alcohol, because I'm on day 50 of not drinking any alcohol. So we'll see about that. But let's introduce our guest today. Special guest in the house, Michael Noicos.
Hey,
joining us from Australia.
Yes.
Correct.
He is the CEO of Banks Management. It's a modeling and talent agency.
Correct.
I threw some air quotes your way. Tell us about your agency, what you do.
Yeah, so we help OnlyFans models essentially just with everything to do with generating income using OnlyFans. So we do focus on OnlyFans, but it's everything from Instagram monetization to TikTok monetization. OnlyFans, it really is the best way. I mean, the platform has been built to generate money. It's really just a cash production machine, OnlyFans. It's a multi-billion-dollar software platform, and really it's just females. They're usually a little bit better at leveraging it than men, for obvious reason. But yeah, it's really just about helping models.
What are those obvious reasons? Maybe I'm not too familiar with this.
Well, females captivate more attention than men.
So when you say better at leveraging, do you mean that it's like a talent or skill, or like that's just the way the world kind of works?
I think it's just the way the world kind of works.
Yeah, that's what I
Sex
thought.
sells, ladies and gentlemen.
Correct.
The oldest profession in the world, as we know,
It
is
is.
hooking. So we'll have that conversation. Michael, thank you for being here. What city in Australia?
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
So have you met Amy?
Yes.
We had a
Did
good
you-
chat.
Could you
We
tell by the
did.
accent she's from your home country?
Yes.
He said my accent's a little bit.
A little bit so now.
Ask her to
but-
say the word no.
What do you mean? He could say a
Say
better.
no.
He could say a better one than me.
Say no.
Okay, let's have a no off.
All right.
No.
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 Nah.
No.
Nah, mate.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, nah.
So Amy,
No,
what city,
yeah.
Amy, what city are you from in Australia? You're from Adelaide. You're from.
Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast.
You're from the Sunshine. I've been to the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast. Why not? Why?
Have we never talked about this
Have we
in
met
one
before?
year? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amy
Nice to meet
Dangerfield
you,
may or may
Adam.
not be related to the great comedian Ronnie Dangerfield. You see her on the show. You love her on the show. Subscribe to her channel as well. It's called Amy Dangerfield.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very dangerous out there. Thank you for being here.
We will not confirm nor deny the Rodney
That's
allegations.
true. The only other male on the panel is our friend Brandon Acito. If you want geopolitics, if you want macro finance, and you want a little bit of kind of red pill vibes, but in a very stoic sensibility.
Straight to
Brandon
business.
Acito, straight to business.
Yeah, no messing around.
He's like
Nice.
Tiesto
Wartime,
out
baby.
here. Let's get down to business.
Yep.
Brandon, thank you for back. By the way, Brandon has a channel, Brandon Acito. He's trying to get to 1 million subs by the end of the year.
Yes, and if I do not, then you guys will let Adam be right. So help me in my quest of proving
That's
Adam
true.
wrong.
And by the way, give a like if you enjoy Brandon being on the show. This is your 3rd time on the show, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks for
And
having
I
me.
think people have been enjoying you. You've sort of been the the yin to my yang, the
Okay.
chill to my excitement. So we all know that. We'll save the best for last. Let's meet the lovely ladies on my left. Marissa Young is in the house. We met in March at Model Volleyball.
We did.
You were doing some bang modeling,
I was, yes.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm excited.
and
to
she
be
was one
here.
of our favorite girls we did an interview with. She does real estate. I met your boyfriend,
Yeah,
New York.
exactly.
Anything I'm missing?
No, that's everything. I
That's
think.
everything,
That's
yes.
everything about me. Yeah,
There
living
it
in
is.
Miami now.
And you're in Miami.
I am.
in my
And we were the first podcast that she's ever been on, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the first
Wow.
one.
Well, thank you for being here. We
yeah.
love
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
deflowering women from their first podcast situation. No pun intended. There we go. Someone that's been here before, our good friend Janelle Baez, former newscaster,
News anchor.
news anchor, not caster, anchor. Now you're doing public speaking. You're doing insurance.
Yeah.
You're
Public
looking good in
speaking.
red, lady in red.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Same thing. Living in Miami. Probably gonna move abroad, but other than that, yeah.
Move abroad. Also, being first time on the show,
Yes,
our friend Angelina Castro.
that's me.
All I have here is, hey, I'm Cuban, I could care less.
It's true.
Verdad. That's a true thing.
Former porn star.
Oh. Didn't see that on the bio.
I took her bio.
Okay. Former porn star.
Yes, that's correct.
You know, they say, once a Fed, always a Fed.
I say
CIA,
former-
what a
yeah.
porn star is, can it?
It's exactly the same thing. I mean, you cannot erase that from the internet. I have no shame about it. Like, I did it. I'm no longer active, but I'll definitely be a porn star for the rest of my life.
Okay. Well,
Thank you for
New-
acknowledging that. Being upfront about it.
thank you for your
Yeah.
contribution to
no-
society. We'll talk about that. By the way, it also says 40 changed my life. What does that mean?
40 changed my life, definitely. 40 changed my life. I could care less now. Since I'm 27, I always wanted to be 40, and I didn't know why.
Oh my God.
It was the craziest thing. Since I'm 27, I'm always saying I'm 40. And when I got to 40, I'm like, that's why. Everybody should get to 40.
Shit. I'm still 39 on my dating profile. I'm 43. And how old are you now?
I am 40.
Do the math, mother sucker.
I
All
am
right.
41, but like I stay at 40. I don't know what else. I mean,
Okay.
50 is not that exciting. 40 was exciting.
There you go. Well, they say every girl wants to be forever 21. You want to be
No,
forever
I
40.
always wanted to be 40, and I think I'll be 40 for the rest of my life.
Okay, there it is. Well, thank you for being here. I'm sure we'll bring
you.
up some of your former work experience throughout
Sure.
the conversation today. All good. And last but not least, on our left, look, guys, budgets are kind of tight around here. We couldn't afford J-Lo, so we got J-La. We got J-La Anderson in the house.
J-La
She does a
better.
lot of things. She's an entertainer. She's a musician. She does acting. She's a personality. She's an entrepreneur. And she's very lovely.
Hey,
How you doing, J-La?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
She-
I love the energy.
I'm doing all right. You know, they
all
say,
are.
don't put baby in the corner. I'm sorry you're in the corner.
It's okay. It was a rainy day, so I'm good here.
You're looking good, though.
Yes.
And where you from? Where do you live? What do you do?
I'm from Miami,
Okay.
and I guess you call me a mogul, acting, music.
Mogul.
Yes,
How'd you leave
acting,
that one
music,
out?
entrepreneurship, comedian.
Okay.
Influencer
Comedian,
now.
mogul.
I guess it's the
What
new
makes
age.
a woman a mogul?
She can do it all.
Shit. Does your bank account contribute to being a mogul? Because when I think of mogul, I think billionaire.
Oh yeah, some
Multi-millionaire.
It's coming. It's coming.
Okay, so you're not a mogul. So
No,
a
we-
future mogul?
No, you gotta speak it now.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
whole
that's how I go.
speaking into existence,
Yeah, that
manifest
one.
this thing.
Yes.
With all due respect, a man can't call himself a mogul
No,
when he's
true.
at home living in a basement.
No.
A woman's like, I'm a mogul. How much money you got? I'm broke.
See, we didn't say that,
I'm a mogul.
but listen,
Yeah.
women could do that
Why can women do that and not men?
because we're just a woman.
Because we're just a woman.
it's
Just
because
there's
it's
no
our
explanation.
biology.
It's
needed.
our world.
That's it.
Yeah.
We can be whatever we want to be.
Whatever you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that men can be women these days. Can you be a man?
No.
Oh, okay. So you can't be everything you want to be.
Women, it's
Well-
our world, so we could just be whatever.
Feelings
runs
don't
the
care about
world?
facts.
Women,
Oh shit.
Money.
When you go out on a date, who pays for dinner?
the guy,
Oh. When you want to get married and get engaged, who buys the ring?
the guy, but he know what goes
He has
beforehand.
to get
Yeah.
down on the knee. He has to kiss the ring. Shit. Guys, it's not easy out there for us. But this is why we have these conversations. Since you're everything, I got my jack of all trades, everything on here, Natalia Del Valle.
Hello, hello.
Thank you, Nat, for booking this beautiful panel.
Happy SOSCAST Day, everybody. Super excited today. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Give us some super chats. We've got a pretty diverse panel today. We're going to be talking about some great topics from AI to business owners and everything in that realm. So give us some good questions. I'm super excited to get started. Thank you all for today. And we can't forget our other baby in the corner, Miss Alejandra.
Oh, my
She's
God.
here. We want to say hi, Alejandra.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
She's going to be helping us out today. And then,
Alejandra's adorable. She's still figuring out how a mic works. She's trying to put it in front of the face.
She's
but
getting
she's
better.
doing it. She's lovely. She doesn't talk a lot, but look at that smile one more time. When you got a smile like that, hey, you don't gotta say too many motherfucking palabras, those words in Spanish. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate everybody. Shall we start the show?
Let's start.
Let's
Let's
do it.
get
Let's
this party.
start the show.
Great.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Everybody have their little thumbs up, thumbs down if
I
we need
do.
this at any given point. Okay. Here's the first topic. Since we have our special guest Michael in the house, does OnlyFans management. Thank you for not sugarcoating that, by the way. I'm going down doing research about OnlyFans and how much men are paying, and I kind of feel like we already know why the women are doing it. It's for the money. We get it. But why are men doing it? That's kind of where I want to explore this situation. And as I went down this rabbit hole, I started finding terms like pay pigs and findom, which is financial domination. See, my guy knows.
Oh, my goodness.
My guy knows.
You'd hope so.
So I want to understand how this world of financial domination works. Here's an article right here that we found
Scared.
about this. And a pay pig, in the realm of BDSM, a pay pig is a submissive, almost always male, who has consented to financial servitude towards his mistress. This is a term used in a derogatory, humiliating light, usually by his mistress. So, Mike, you're running these agencies.
Correct.
You're dealing with how many women?
We've had more than 1,000 models under management.
Okay. So, for every 1,000 models, how many male clients would you say you've had?
By clients, do you mean models or
No,
men
no,
that
guys
buy the
who have
content?
paid those 1,000 models.
More than 1 million?
Okay.
Stop it.
So 1,000 women, 1 million men. 100x this thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, you'd hope so. Otherwise, they wouldn't be making shit.
That's right.
Right?
So
Yikes.
here's my question to you, because I think we've done this. Why do women do this? You're a hoe, you're not a hoe, whatever. I want to understand from a male's perspective why they're doing this. And we're going to have this conversation. So walk me through, in your opinion, the mindset of a man that's paying for an OnlyFans, A, but now they're also doing the pay pig thing. They're being financially dominated by these women, which we'll show a couple examples in a second.
They're fun.
Why do you think that is?
So it really just comes down to the psychology of the men that are on the platform. So usually people on OnlyFans, they're not, using you as an example, Adam, I don't think you're going to be on OnlyFans, right? I'm sure if you wanted to, you could hit up South Beach and...
Thanks, bro.
Unless there's something wrong I've said there, Adam. Is there...
No, you're good.
You're on track, thank God.
Yeah, so,
No, I've actually never subscribed to OnlyFans.
He actually is on OnlyFans. I'm just kidding.
You want to find my feet on OnlyFeet.com. Me and Natalia are doing a 2-for-1
Feet
special.
finder.
Buy my feet,
What?
get one of her pinky toes for free.
I mean, you
Only
could.
feet.
Strapped up today.
That's true. So
Yeah.
walk me through the mindset of these men.
So it's really just what we've found, and I mean, myself personally, and also from my staff, just looking at the different messages that come through the OnlyFans accounts, it's really just most of the men there, they just don't have access to that connection that they're really looking for when it comes to, interacting with females. It's not like it was back, at least from what I've heard from my grandparents and my parents and all of that, where maybe in the 1950s, where usually women would be going after men and they'd need to kind of prove themselves to the men. It's kind of the dichotomy has shifted, where now it's more so men going after the women, and the men need to prove themselves to the women. And even when you look at empirical data, such as like on Tinder, when they show match rates of men, it's like, I've experienced it for myself as well, depending on, how I portray myself on Tinder, for example, back when I was on those apps. It was like, if your pictures are bad, you might swipe 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 times, no exaggeration. You'll get like 3 matches. But then maybe you update your Tinder or your bio. Maybe you got a topless picture on there. You got a few, a few pectorials going on, a few 4-packs, 6-packs, splashing a bit of cash. Maybe you're looking a bit better. You got a nice suit on. Suddenly you swipe. Oh, match. Swipe. Oh, another match. Swipe. Oh, what's this? Oh, so I just need to look like I'm the top 1%, and then girls will pay attention. If you look average, even if you look like you're a 7 out of 10, you will get no interest on the dating apps. So
Even
what
if
are the
you
men?
look 10 out of 10 without money these days, you won't get shit.
Whew. I think I disagree there when it comes to the top level of men. If you want to, I'm not here to say, oh, you're a 1 out of 10 man and you're a 10 out of 10 man, but we all know what I mean when I'm saying
So
that.
it's interesting, and I want us to focus on what you said about the 7 out of men, because throughout this conversation today, we'll talk about hypergamy, we'll talk about what
It's
women
rare.
are looking for, what men are looking for. I always say I would much rather be an average woman than an average man.
Oh, if you're an average man, you may as well be a homeless man.
Yeah.
In today's world.
But the difference is, an average man can actually become
Correct.
a top G, so to speak. An average woman, whatever that means, I don't know how much more she can go above average in the looks department, let's say. There's some things she could do. But a man can actually improve himself. He can make more money. He could work out. He could look better. He can fill out his status, his network. He can work on his personality. He can do so many different things. Whereas a woman, like if you're born ugly, I don't know about you, ugly chick.
Oh, damn.
But a man can improve. But then that leads us to conversations about the black pill community and the MGTOW community. But the 7 man, that's an above average guy.
It is.
Why do you think above average men are struggling?
Well, you said the word earlier. It's due to hypergamy. And, we're not going to pull up a graph or anything like that.
We actually have a graph.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, you could pull it up maybe if
Yes.
someone can do it quickly.
She'll do it.
But it's like, if you got that graph going on there, the women, they're always looking up. And it's not like, I'm not going to classify anyone here as, oh, you're a 6 out of 10. But just say, they know, inherently, you know your value. You deep down, if you really ask yourself, you do know your value in the sexual marketplace. So,
Alejandro, you have it.
Men
You can
or
talk.
men,
There it is,
or-
right there.
I
Boom.
think both.
So, ladies,
There it
walk
is.
me through if you've ever
That's
seen
the
this
one I
thing.
was
Make this
looking at.
bigger, please.
Wow.
So,
So interesting.
make this bigger if you don't mind, Alejandro.
Zoom in. There we go.
So,
yes.
yeah, or
It
just
says-
make the whole screen
And this
bigger.
is
Whatever you
empirical
do.
data, by the way.
So,
Adam.
basically, hypergamy is the following. It's
Oh, I see.
It's the philosophy, it's the concept that women will always date or marry up, especially in long-term situations. I probably have an exact definition, but that's pretty much what it is. So the concept that women seek higher status men and men with more resources to give her a seed to the best possible mate. It's the actor status of dating up. So what you can see here is, J-Law, do me a favor. On the top left where it's red, it says the following words. What?
Read
This
it.
is what men would typically, what are those words right there, since you're right there?
This here?
Yep.
Yes.
Speak it into the mic, though.
Oh man, hold on, I can't.
Who
Yeah.
men would happily partner with?
Perfect.
I can't
So
see
who
that.
There
men
we
would
go.
happily partner with?
Yes.
No, keep that where you were.
Zoom
So
out.
who men would happily partner with, keep that back. please,
Anybody,
Alejandra.
basically.
Basically, men
She can read. I'll take her.
will date
anybody?
anyone, quote
Across and
unquote,
down.
across, down, or even maybe up. Like, oh shit, that's a catch. Even if you can see the bottom, what does it say
Yeah.
in the very bottom right there?
It says anything.
Anything above the expectation arrow would be
Consider a catch. Anything below will be settling.
Thank you.
Mm.
So a man basically will settle a little bit. She's not that hot, but she's cool as shit. She got a good family. Okay, or, bro, I just, you've seen guys out there who
Are we
maybe
talking
rich
about? I'm sorry, I'm
that
so
date
confused.
a hot, really chick.
Are we talking about looks, right? This is based on looks.
Socio-economic, social
Okay.
status package.
Because
Whereas
The whole
women,
package.
yeah,
kind of like what Mike was saying, is like women, even look at the bottom. Look at the bottom of that thing, Ali.
that's crazy.
If you look at the bottom of that thing, even the women want not, you said a 7, it's perfect because
Yeah.
the 8s, the 9s, and 10s are getting
Top
all
20%.
the chicks. Whereas the bottom guy, you ladies don't even know him. That's the homeless guy.
It's called standards.
That's your Uber driver.
Standards.
That's the
Don't be
the
shy,
bus
ladies.
boy. That's the guy that barely
Don't
speaks
be shy,
English.
not me.
You don't even notice these guys. You're like, what do you mean? Like you don't even notice them. That's the guy working the cash register. These guys are a lot of times sexless.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
They definitely
So these are a lot of times we
Yeah.
assume are your
Yeah,
customer
so
base.
if
Yes.
you look at, that's where I was leading with this. So if you even look at like that chart there proves it, and even on Tinder, it's even worse if you look at the dating app because you just swipe and you're like, oh yeah, I can go even better than I would if I was say out in the real world where maybe your expectations or standards are slightly lower. On the dating apps, it's a bit different. And even if we all know here, no sugarcoating, a lot of a man's value comes down to how much money he generates,
Yep.
right? And I guess an interesting question as well to ask all the female guests on the panel, and I'm sure you would, Adam, but I'm not sure whether you're dating or single or whatever your relationship status is, but what would you be happy, like if you're getting with a man, what's his minimum income that you would actually be happy with him? For you to be like, yeah, I'll date you, I'll marry you. How much does he have to earn?
6 figures.
For sure,
Six
But
figures.
there's so many things. There's so many
There's-
factors
yes,
that contribute
but-
to it. Because
but the reason
how many
I s-
women have dated millionaires?
Correct.
I've been on dates with but then they're deficient in character.
Correct.
And then
but
it's like you're not that worthy. Actually.
But here's the thing also you want to consider. If you go also too low of dating of a guy with income and you sacrifice your time that you can never get back.
Exactly.
I'd rather have a higher standard of a man that I'm
Always.
shooting for than
Always.
have somebody at a lower standard that I see potential for too long.
Yeah, we don't do
And then it's a
potential.
waste of time. So and I actually decided my number a few months back, which was 6 figures. And that could be a range from the 100 all the way to above.
Okay, can I
that's
can I
pretty
interrupt for
conservative.
1 second?
go ahead,
That's
Mama.
my preference.
This is okay. The reason why we have so many single women on this stage is because the stupid stereotypes and how women perceive themselves. If you're not married or have a proposal by 25th, bitch, you ain't no good.
Say that again. If you're not married,
If
Hot
you're
take.
not married or have a proposal by your 25th birthday, like that's
Oh.
it. There's gonna be younger.
you're no
girl-
good.
Yes.
Why is that?
In this life and age, let's just be realistic. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. Shit, I've been in my second marriage for 15 years.
Shit, I'm so good. I got 2 marriages under my belt. 40.
So, but it's not about, it's just the fact that females put all these things that they want, and then we have all these stupid IKEA tables that all these men wants us to bring something. Like, there is so much bullshit. Relationships is not even about that. And the reason why y'all single, most of society is single these days, is because of the stupid expectations that you put.
So you're saying that women should lower their standards?
No, women should just have standards for themselves. And whoever comes around.
Yeah, but the sweetheart, and I'm gonna let the ladies. Let's go back to that chart real quick, Alejandra. The problem is
damn.
you have what is called a math problem.
Who, me?
No, not you. Not you. Show that chart again.
It's coming
If
up.
there's
Okay,
10, hold on. If there's 10 million single women, but only 1 million of the type of man that women want, those guys have what is called a surplus.
Okay,
This
but-
is hold down, chica. And then it's called supply and demand. A man, those top guys who are in demand, there's a limited supply of them, quite frankly. So all those women, 10 million women, let's say, want the top dog, the top G. So they're all gonna say, the difference is this. There's long-term and short-term. Any one of those, you know what beer goggles is? We all have seen it. I know plenty of top dog G's that are like, bro, all right, let's go, fat bitch. Let's go. And that they can land that guy for the night, but not for the rest of their life. So those women get quote unquote alpha widowed, and they get expectations. It's like, well, I banged that rock star, that celebrity,
Drake.
that whoever, that millionaire. Now I gotta go date the busboy? Nah. And they get this disillusionment, and they want that, but they can only qualify for that. What say you?
Okay, can we put that chart back right quick? I'm sorry, I'm not trying
Put
to
that
bust
chart
around
out.
here. Okay, so it is very clear that we do not, the age of these women, where the hell the country is from, there is a lot of things missing in this chart for me to even pay attention to a chart like this, because at the end of the day, half of the people that they ask this shit lie.
So hold on.
So you're gonna go to
A
a
lot of-
college and ask a bunch of 20-year-old,
A
what
lot
do you
of-
want, and then make up a chart
Are you,
like
are
that.
you saying
It
that this
says on
chart
the
is
I'm
not
sorry,
accurate?
I'm sorry. Am I saying chart the right way?
Zoom into where it's from.
You
It
are,
says
but
at the
that's funny.
bottom.
When
Like
you thought
class.
your accent was bad.
Yeah, I know, right?
So what's your ultimate point?
My ultimate point is that if you're gonna bring something up like this, you have to give me more information. What age are these women? Are they 40s?
Yeah,
Are they
the thing
30s? Are they
is,
20? Like, there's a lot of things that come into saying something like this. And from my experience, I'm old. I'm 40 years old.
Angelina.
Okay?
Angelina.
Yes. Dime.
Angelina.
Dime. And this is in the United States. Latin
you-
women think
so
totally
what-
different
what
outside
you're
of the
doing-
United States.
What you're doing is trying to deny an entire concept that has been proven.
No.
Factually.
I'm not saying
Are you
it's not.
doubting hypergamy exists?
I'm not saying it does not, but what I'm saying is that in order to make this short,
Yes.
very general,
Nice.
you have to. I mean, you go to Cuba and girls don't think like that. You go to I don't know any other Dominican Republic and a
I
girl
don't
might
know.
not think like
Mamacita.
that.
I don't know.
Where are you from?
Where you think?
Cuba. Okay, I've been to Cuba. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been to Colombia. You want to know the most important I've ever felt in my life, Mamacita? Me and my 3 homies, we walk into a bar in Medellin. Okay? Let me tell you, I know what women feel like. I know what beautiful women feel like. Want to know why? If you 4 baddies walked into a bar and there's a group of dudes.
Thank you.
And they're all sitting there. And you guys walk in and you're done up. And the entire room goes like this. Oh, shit. Well, like, you guys have felt that before, right? Yeah. When you and your girls walk in a room, that's what I felt like in Colombia. That's what I felt like. Me and my boys walked in. And you know, it's like 4 American, good-looking dudes. Like, you could just tell, like, by the way, we wear no watches, wear no jewelry, like, just dudes. We walk in, every single girl's like, "Oi, papi, que vas?" Like, so don't tell me they're doing that for every pura gente that walks in the bar
They're
in
not.
Cuba, in Colombia, in
They're
Mexico,
not.
whatever.
They're doing that to
They're
you
doing
because
it
they
for a
want your
specific
money.
side of men.
But they will go
They
to
want your what? Say it
Mandingo,
again.
that is their neighbors,
They
and will
said
sleep with
they
them
want
and
your
marry
what?
them.
They want your what?
They want your money, but they will go.
Exactly.
Yes, but that doesn't mean. Listen, I understand, and I believe this is true,
Yeah.
and I believe this is true.
So now it's true.
But I believe this is true, but it's
Okay.
not true at all the time, and unfortunately, it's only true at your 20s and your 30s. The ladies that have these ridiculous ideas are they're 40.
Yeah.
They need to quit.
Can
So
we
let me
pull
ask
up?
you a
Yeah,
question.
but the girls
What's
that are in their 40s, they're not exactly in the marketplace anymore.
A lot of them. What do you mean? There's more single people
But
in
you
their
just said
40s
that
now
when
than
you're
anywhere
25,
else.
but you
Market
just
value,
said
sexual
you're
market
not.
value.
Yeah.
So hold on,
And you
let
have
me
the
go
Sexual
around.
market value.
Let me
now.
go around
Yeah.
the
Not
room
market
here.
value.
Go ahead, Janelle, and then everyone can kind of weigh in. By the way, she said by 25, if you're not married, you
Well,
ain't
That's what
shit.
you said. That's
You
what
ain't
said.
shit. What do you say about
No, I
that?
say you need to quit all that stuff that you are not gonna get. This
Janelle,
should be
your
realistic.
response, Jayla, Marissa, go ahead.
I have been married before, so I don't qualify for that 25 thing that you put there. But I will say that I don't think that any of that is measured like for a woman to say, you know, you're not anything at over 25 and you don't qualify to be married. I don't think that women have different standards for different things and different goals that contribute to the fact that they're single or not. But there are some women that, you know, they aim a little lower because they don't value money as much. I know very successful women, hyper independent women. They don't care about money because they have their own money. And they're beautiful and, you know, but they're highly selective. So it takes them forever to choose somebody.
The problem with that is, though, the woman who makes how about this? The more money a woman makes, do you think that it shrinks or expands her dating pool?
Shrinks.
So
Absolutely.
it shrinks it.
Absolutely.
So again, supply and demand. The more money she makes, the less that qualified to quote unquote be on her level. So the more money a woman makes, it's actually harder to date.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It would have to be somebody that much more above her to be able to really gain or
Money-wise, right? We're talking about money?
money
Okay.
wise.
Is there
Because women like
here,
that.
anybody here
And don't lie.
who a man's money is not in your top 3 requirements for dating him?
So what's your minimum
So
number?
what are your top 3
I don't
requirements?
have a minimum
Hold
number.
on, hold
Okay,
on.
so what's your top 3?
Shit.
What are your
My
top 3
exes
requirements for a man?
there.
A man that wants to work.
Okay, so
live
work.
and you learn.
He works to do what again?
A man that wants.
Make the money.
Oh yeah, but that's
Yeah.
everybody. But I'm not saying I need a man that makes $100,000 a year.
What if you
Okay.
made 30,000?
It's
Ooh.
perfectly fine.
And then what are the other qualities that?
It's perfectly fine.
So what are
a
the
man
3
that
qualities?
I'm okay with. A man that makes me feel loved, which is something that a lot of girls are not gonna get if you get the men that just look for the money. You're not gonna feel love. You could love the man with money.
I know
But
women.
Yeah,
What
but
if-
a man can
I know
love you
women-
with no money, and then you really a lot.
What if he works at
but
That
McDonald's?
doesn't matter. He can love you with all his heart, and he can't pay the bills, and you're hungry, and you have nothing
asked a
paid
good
for.
question. question. Michael asked her that question.
What if he works at McDonald's?
It's perfectly fine if I feel
Are you
love
sure?
and we get together and maybe he's working at McDonald's right now, but he has
Maybe
plans
she's
to make a
making the
future.
money.
But the number one
Are
reason
you
for
making
divorces
the
is
money then?
financial.
You would be making the money then?
Angelina, here's how I'm going to leave this conversation. We'll move on.
I like this.
There's rules and exceptions. We operate on rules. Like, you know, so for instance,
Men need to operate
in
on rules.
America, we drive on a certain side of the road. Occasionally, some drunk motherfucker drives on the other side of the road.
They're probably
the other side of the highway.
Australian.
But we can't be like, no, this one time I drove on the other side of the highway. No, we drive on the right side of the road. That's what we operate on. So that's how we're operating in reality. Now, if you want to go date some burger flipper at McDonald's because he loves you and he's going to read your charts every single night, that's all good. But that's not what the rest of the world operates. That's all I got to say about that. Let's focus on pay pigs for a second.
Okay.
Because I want to get back to what these men are doing. We
Do we all
talked
get
about
one?
hypergamy and the act of dating up, but I really understand the mindset of this financial dominance with these pay pigs. We actually have a couple videos in case you're not familiar
What a name.
with this concept. So this first video, Alejandra, is from this girl called Broke for Bella. See if you can find that one first.
Yes, I have it here.
Let's go.
PayPix have funded my entire life for the last 2 years. I used to live in Arizona. They paid for my way to get back to California. They paid for my apartment. They paid for my car, my brand new Tesla. They just bought me and my friends a Miami trip for my 21st in April. I had $5,000 in credit before I moved back. They paid off all of that, obviously. They bought me Rolling Loud tickets. And not just
Obviously.
me, okay? They spoiled my friends too. Me and my best friend recently went to Laguna Beach and stayed in a hotel that was like $1,500 a night. They paid for it all. They paid for massages, facials, the drinks. I mean, I think you get the point. I literally don't have to pay for anything. And even if I do, they just reimburse me for it. So really, I'm just never spending my own money. And who doesn't want that? That's why I'm here, to put you guys on, because this is so easy and there's so many pay pigs in this world. There's enough for all of us to share. It's not going to run out. You know how many
Damn
weird old men
straight.
are in this world? They're never
Okay.
going to run out. So take advantage
So,
of 20.
little cutie patootie out there just turned 21, not spending any of her own money. And it's not her. She, quote unquote, I'm here to put you guys all on game so you can learn. So what happens is there's girls that actually learn from this. Roll the next tape of the girl who said, thanks for that video. I'm going to learn on my own. Check this one out.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, so cute.
I know I'm not the only girl who runs across that TikTok page that talks about bullying men into money. And I want to try it as a beginner. Like, without taking or buying any courses from other girls, I just want to see how easy it is and how much I can make in a day. So I'm going to start a new series. I just want to see, like, where these men are and how easy it is to bully these men into money. I mean, why not? I know I'm not the only girl.
So do me a favor, Alejandra, while I ask this
so
question,
funny.
pull up the first article that we pulled up about the Findoms and pay pigs.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, Michael, while she's pulling this up, you know,
What did you just say?
They out there
Yes.
saying, I want to see the receipts, right?
Pay
What is
pigs
this?
and-
Ladies, help me out here. What do the pictures say? Go
Pay
ahead.
pigs and findoms.
Scroll down.
How does the world of financial domination work?
Yeah. POV, what?
The paying.
Pays for everything.
Okay.
That
What
pay
else?
pigs have
Everything,
bought
yeah.
me that I absolutely love. Shut up and listen to your goddess.
Okay, scroll down because there's one more thing I want you guys to see. Punch in on that thing in black. I want you to.
deserve
Okay.
money for doing
Girls,
nothing.
read what this says and read it loud. Go, go,
Let's
go.
read it together.
Damn straight.
Girls deserve money for doing
Keep
nothing.
saying it. Keep saying it. Okay.
That's
Now,
great.
Brandon,
Yes.
do guys deserve money for doing nothing?
Hell
Nope.
no.
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 So why are the rules different for men and women?
I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true right there, but I think that this is mental illness from these guys, and that, you know, when you're in that world of not having a lot of social interaction, it's easy to get caught up in that. But with that said, I think the biggest problem is them like lacking the boldness to like go out there and at least try to do it, because
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, it's a volume game, and the ugliest dude could go out there with confidence and, you know, make something happen eventually. But I mean, this industry of online dating and OnlyFans and stuff makes it a lot easier to not face your fears of going out there and, you know, just shooting your shot.
But
Yeah,
ultimately, the guy who tries and tries and tries and tries and fails and then eventually succeeds, he's going to be better off than the guy who's wasting his money on OnlyFans.
Absolutely.
Even if he's able to see 1,000 naked
practice,
bodies within
too.
the period of a month, it is unearned intimacy. And when that becomes your norm, unearned intimacy, being like the most valuable sacred thing that you have as a woman is your beauty, your naked body. It's the most intimate part of yourself. And if you're willing to put a price tag on it, it shows how much you clearly do not value yourself. And men who are willing to invest into that. I mean, at the end of the day, it speaks volumes about the type of man that they are. Again, it's unearned intimacy, and it shows that that's the only type of intimacy they can get. Otherwise, they'd be getting the real type, because that is the one that actually makes you feel good. And this unearned intimacy at the end of the day will have you feeling like a simp. It'll make you sick. You won't be able to sleep at night, but your animalistic gratifications are satisfied in the moment.
All that is good in a world that when you're gonna go, okay, let me explain something to you. When you're gonna go ahead and look for the meaning of a word, what is the first thing that you say, that you go to do?
When you're gonna go where?
If I tell you
the etymology,
I'm sorry,
the internet,
the meaning of a word,
the etymology. When you're looking for the traces of the meaning, it's called the etymology. Yes,
exactly.
The etymology.
What do you do when you are going to find what the word is? Where is the origin, or all of that? Where do you go to see it?
The etymology.
Where do you go to see it?
I don't know what they're doing in Australia.
Anyway,
we use dictionaries
go ahead.
here.
Let me speak to you then.
Go
Where
ahead.
do you go to see it?
Thank you, Angelina, for doing my show.
Thank you. You're welcome. Where do you go to see it?
I go to the
If
interweb.
I tell you right now.
Right now, I go to the interweb.
See ya. What does see ya mean? So where do you go?
The internet.
Google.
Right?
Google.
Google, right? Right? Why don't you open a dictionary? It's the same thing with dating. We are in 2024. This is what's happening. People are going to live the life that we are living in right now. And at the end of the day, people don't have time. And this makes some people sane. OnlyFans.
It makes people sane.
Have you said
Don't
that?
you think? No.
It does,
What again?
it does.
It's satisfying a very
It does.
short-term gratification.
No,
it's hitting some
it does.
chemical levels in your brain. It's
All of
satisfying.
that
is
some
to prove that,
dopaminergic
though.
responses. But so far as your
Listen,
ability to live
don't
as
be
a
mad because the guy's
sustainable
not spending
human
money on
being,
you and he's rather
you have to
spend it on
provide
somebody
data
on
over
OnlyFans.
people.
That's
Okay,
not how it
hold on,
works.
The way you
hold
win
on,
an
hold on.
argument like that, you have to
Back-
show the
back-
data of what
that-
psychology and science shows.
She's
One
just
second,
And
one
what it
second.
does to the brain.
1 second.
Okay,
Let's-
yeah, and
let's-
it's
show
pretty
data.
apparent that when you have
shut
a
everyone's
fully-
mics off. Relax. Let's just understand something. With all due respect, you did porn for how long?
Ooh.
Porn.
Corn.
So,
I did-
Amy, have you ever done anything sexual on the internet?
Never.
Who do you think qualifies more likely to be someone's wife?
I am a wife, she's not, so obviously me.
So you say porn stars qualify more to be a wife?
No.
Than a
You
pretty
tell me
hardworking woman?
What make you think that I'm not a hardworking woman?
No, I'm saying your career.
No,
You're a porn star.
It's really
How
hard
is it
to
not a
suck
hardworking?
dick,
You
I'm
just
sure.
said something very
On
very
camera
interesting.
especially.
Yeah.
You just
Sure,
said
it's
something
really
very
difficult.
interesting. You say who qualify more as a wife? Obviously me, because she's not married. And if we're gonna talk
Okay.
about sexualizing her, legs is sexualizing right now.
I'm not saying you.
I think that
remove
men look
yourself
for
from
different
this
things
equation.
also.
Are you saying that? Hold on. We got to stay here for a second. Are you saying
Let's stay
that
here.
when a woman does corn or OnlyFans,
Yes.
would that typically make her more likely to be wifey material or
To you,
less likely?
maybe to you, not.
No.
On
In
average,
general. In general.
In general, you have to ask the man that she's dating.
Okay.
the average
There's a lot
guy.
of men
In
that
gen-
don't care.
in
Are you
general.
not
Yeah,
willing
but like
to
a
acknowledge that
healthy
when a
guy.
woman does sex on the internet, that's going to lower her chances of a man taking her seriously?
In 1980s, yeah, not right now.
What changed since 1980s? You think guys
The
are
way
okay
that
with-
people think and
you
the way that the
guys
world
are,
is
are more
going.
okay with marrying hoes now?
As much as they say they're not because they want to be politically correct, yes, they are.
Well, that just speaks volumes about her like husband, and we obviously don't know her situation. But like on the balance of probability, you're
Let me
right.
explain-
Most guys
Yeah.
will not take a woman seriously if she's had a very promiscuous past, and
No.
especially if that past has been made public on any type of platform. People think that just because it's behind a paywall, just because it's on OnlyFans, it's a legitimate platform. Listen, you did porn. We're talking
I
about
did.
OnlyFans here.
Yeah.
I
Guys,
did.
people can screenshot. They can
Generally-
screen record.
generally-
And
does
listen,
too.
even if you don't care about the effects it has on you, think about the future
Yes.
generation. What
Yes.
about your children? How is your
Yes.
son
Let's talk
gonna
about it.
feel?
Let's talk
what
about
about
it.
the example you're
Let's
setting
talk
to
about
your
it.
Do you have kids?
daughter?
Let's talk about it. Let's
Do you
speak
have
volumes.
kids?
Yes, let's speak volumes
Hold on,
about.
hold on.
Yes, I do. I got to.
As much as I appreciate what you're doing, I'm going to host the show.
True. I got to.
You're going to answer the question.
Yes, I had to.
And no one's going to talk unless I talk to you. Because Jayla's going to talk soon. How old are your kids?
I have a 23 and a 10.
Okay, so the 23-year-old can use the Google.
Definitely.
What's the conversation you had with him? Like, listen, he's 23, he's a guy? Hey, son, I have done some stuff on the internet. Don't go on that page because you might see mom. How'd that conversation go?
Exactly like that.
Okay.
Exactly like that.
And what did he say?
And when he was 18, I started porn when he was 8. So I was also on TV, on Spanish TV. So it was kind of weird to him that mama was famous. So at one point he didn't know whether his mom was famous because of corn or he was famous because of something else. But my husband, was speaking volumes of, is a U.S. veteran, an amazing man that helped me and made not only with me a beautiful family outside of porn, that has nothing to do with my decision of doing porn. So the type of men that I married, which is not a basic man, and it's not a man with obviously fake values, because he know what he was getting himself into, and he's so beyond that. And the reason why we are married 15 years with 2 beautiful kids, with, by the way, my kid is a classical musical teacher on Miami-Dade. So everything that you guys want to say about whether a porn star mom is not value, none of you guys are married, and none of you guys, not you, when I'm saying, most of the time that people say this, they just get stuck on these ways.
Are you still married?
Yes, I am married.
Angelina, here's what I'm going to say to you, because I want to get everyone in here. Number one, you're a firebrand. Good for you. I like you. But there's a few things I know about you. For sure.
Yes.
Ready? You are a full-on exception. You're not the rule.
Yeah, you're an exception.
I am.
Soak that in.
I am.
No. Okay. You're also, you know how they say that Nile isn't the only just a river in Egypt? You're in denial about the fact that men, the top men, are not very comfortable introducing sex workers to mama and to grandma. It's just not a thing. Now, it worked out well for you.
And for a lot of people that I
managed
know,
your
maybe
situation.
that's why.
Not just in the 1980s, by the way.
And for a lot of people that I personally know, so maybe that's why. And I am definitely not the basic person. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
And I get this a lot. And the only reason why I agree with a lot of things that you say, but more not because of the way that you say it, just because of the mentality that certain people have. And if those people that achieve everything that I personally have would open their mind just a little, maybe they were not single on 40.
Well, what's the mentality that you claim me to have? I'm confused. Like, what
I don't claim
she's
to
very
have.
open-minded.
No, you said that you agree with some of the things that we
you
say, but the
definitely,
mentality that we.
I
so what's the
understand where
mentality?
you're coming from.
So what's the mentality that
the
you
stuff
say
that you
prevent?
say.
You mean culture?
The stuff that you say, like all this high value, you're not gonna be. I'm telling you, I did. So what are you gonna tell me now?
He just said it's the exception to the rule.
And not only that, you have to look at also who she's married to.
We're gonna ask each of the ladies a question.
Who is she also married to? That's it.
He's a U.S. veteran.
That's the point I was going to make.
I said that too. I literally said that. We don't know who her husband is.
I'm saying that obviously my husband speaks volumes about my husband. Do you know my husband to say such dumb shit? No,
Angelina.
you don't.
No, we're talking not about
Here
you.
we
It's
go.
not a personal
Everybody
attack.
shut your stupid faces. Here we go. Let's ask a question for the ladies. You know how I know? Like, I'm telling you how men operate.
Definitely.
You manage 1,000
Yes.
OnlyFans girls.
Yes.
Real quick, would you marry an OnlyFans
No,
girl?
absolutely
You would not.
not.
Why?
What if it's just feet?
Hold on.
That's
true.
Why just feet?
Does
It's
not
just-
exist.
You wouldn't.
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
Brandon, you're doing
Hell
well
no.
for Okay, gotcha. So you just heard from men. Take that for what you will.
From
But
these
ladies,
3 men.
how about this? Ladies, you're all beautiful. You can make as much money in the world doing porn or sex work or OnlyFans. Marissa, why don't you do it?
I think you do have a really solid point when it comes to a high value man, one that has good morals with family. Just overall, I think the type of man that I would attract or would go for, a high value man, would probably not go for someone important. And I understand you may be the exception, and I appreciate that. I met your husband back, and he was great. So I get that.
Oh, he's here?
Yes.
Oh, it's good.
But overall, I would say most high value men that do prioritize family and things like that or align with my morals probably wouldn't date
So
somebody.
you wouldn't do it because of your morals and also the man that you're looking to attract.
Exactly.
Okay. Janelle, also a very attractive girl. Why don't you do sex work?
Everything she just mentioned, but also I know the impact that it has on society, especially children. And I know that I don't advocate for that type of ethos and that culture. And personally, I'm a huge advocate for children. So that's primarily the reason why.
Got it. Not J-Lo, but J-La.
J-Law.
Why? Have you ever done any sort of modeling, dancing? I know you're a mogul.
No, I ain't do no.
Okay, so why don't you do
that.
it? You can make money.
That ain't my thing right there.
Tell me why.
Right now?
Why don't you do it?
That's just. I just don't want that attached to my name. I
Okay.
don't want to be like, she did OnlyFans. She was a. That's just
Yeah,
not my
we're-
thing.
Respect. I don't.
It's just that's just how I see it
I'm
for
not
myself.
in the shaming business.
Yeah.
I'm in the accountability business. Hey, whatever you do, there's going to be some accountability. I'm a money guy.
And I have a lot
So
of
if I
friends
want
that
to
do
tell,
it.
if I want to tell young men out
respect
there,
it.
hey, listen, this is why I think you need to save your money
Yes.
so you can invest, so you can be wealthier down the road.
And then
So you don't
get
live
all
for
the
today, you
women-
can live for tomorrow. But if you want to go blow a check at the shrimp club or pop bottles on the weekend, do you. I'm not going to judge you. But I'm also telling you, like, you're kind of going to need that money later. Same thing works for the women. Hey, listen, if you guys want to use your sex appeal when you're in your 20s and do your thing on the internet, do you. But in your 40s or when you want to get married or when you have kids, you kind of got to explain yourself to your son or your future husband or grandma or mom. You got some explaining to do if you've ever seen I Love Lucy. Natalia,
Yes.
I know you're considering maybe putting some pictures of your feet on the internet.
That's because you're pushing it.
Hey, I gotta make money.
You're trying
I gotta
to
make
push
money.
it.
But why haven't you done OnlyFans or anything like that?
Well, first off, my mom would totally beat my ass. That's for sure. That's the first
With a
thing.
chancleta.
Yeah, and with
You know about
anything
that.
that she can grab. But it's just, I didn't grow up in that type of family environment. I grew up in, a close-knit family, different morals, different values, and that just doesn't align with some of the things that, my day-to-day is and what I was grown up with. So I don't choose to do that. But I know out there, I'm not going to lie, I do have a lot of individuals that I've met throughout the time, even working here and putting some of these panels together, some of the ladies in the industry. And just because this is the industry that they're in doesn't make them bad women. It just makes them in a different category of women. So
And
that's
oftentimes they're
pretty much it.
victims. Honestly, I feel like they're victim of their circumstances, and before they're even able to form, like for women, like they say it's about 25 when your brain actually fully develops. And for most people in this digital age, they're exposed to pornography, to sex, to all of these things on a day in and day out basis. It's inundated in music, culture, everything else that's around us. And so at this point, a lot of these women are victims. Now, does that mean that I am negating the accountability from them? No. That's why shows like this are very important, so we can speak about these things and educate on them.
Well,
but
so
at the end of the
Go ahead. Amy, finish your sentence, and I'm going to ask Mike.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, oftentimes this is a product of the culture that we're living in today.
Michael,
So-
speak to the
Which is by
victim.
design.
I do agree.
Yeah,
you know what? I do agree with her on that. So there you go. We see eye to eye on something.
There you go. Look
25
for a new
should be-
podcast coming
20,
soon.
25 should
Amy
be.
and Angelina.
I love
Michael,
her.
speak to the victim.
25
I
should
mean,
be the age of porn.
It was,
Yes,
it was,
I agree.
It was interesting when you said the victim part, because
Yeah.
I think out of everyone here, I've got the most, data speaks more than anecdote or emotion. At the end of the day, numbers don't lie, facts don't lie, opinion, I could think think what you think doesn't matter, but what facts say, that
Yeah.
matters, right? So you said the victim part. I mean, I know there are some clients that I've had where maybe they're definitely from a very low socioeconomic background. You can kind of tell. But I've also had other clients where their dad sent them to a private school and it cost 50,000, not exaggerating, 50,000 a year for them to go to the best school in the country and all of that. And then before you know it, they've turned 19 and they've sent my company a message and said, hey, can you make me...
By clients, you mean the girls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So walk us through the two different polarizing sort of binary choices. So,
To me,
hey,
it's-
I'm
it's
broke. Hold on.
irrelevant.
I'm broke. I need to make money for my family. Like, this is what I got to do to survive. Versus a good girl who comes from a very wealthy family. Why do they do it? Walk us through those two mindsets.
One of them's definitely, I think, well, both of them is to make money. I don't think anyone would be doing OnlyFans if it was all free.
Yes.
I mean,
not.
I might be wrong there.
Yeah, it's
but
quick, easy
from,
money.
From what I've seen, they all do it to generate.
But why the
income.
rich girls? Because they have family
They want
money.
more money, maybe. They just want more
Or
money.
being
So
You
it's
don't,
all
think,
about
you don't
that.
think that
Do you
attention
think
is a
that's-
currency that's
Oh,
as
yeah,
value to
of
women
course, yeah.
as money is
Honestly,
to men?
rebellious.
And it triggers the same dopaminergic responses in
Yes.
their brain as what money does for men?
Yes.
But
That
attention is what every woman
currency?
wants. Attention is what every woman wants. Otherwise, you would have come with pants today. So you want attention too.
Wait,
That's
Michael,
so
so can I ask
funny.
a question
Like
quick?
half of the women on this panel have their legs exposed.
I want
Dang.
attention, but
I'm
you
wearing-
saying that you don't. Come with pants, dress like a nun.
No, I'm saying that I wouldn't do
Nice dress,
porn.
Adam.
There's a very
Put
big
your hair back. Don't
No,
wear makeup.
hey,
Be
no,
your natural self.
Hey, no, I get it.
Be a strong natural
Listen,
woman.
no, we can show throw shots all day, but there is a very big difference between a woman who is willing to put a price tag on her naked body versus a woman who's wearing a very normal level dress.
Alejandra, pull up the clip. Pull up the clip of Amy.
Potatoes to that.
Okay.
Okay.
No, there is. We're having fun here. Thank you for these conversations.
So we are.
Is there a
question?
Is there a woman on this panel other than these two who are wearing a shorter dress than me? Are you saying that every woman on this panel?
But no one is talking about being so nice.
No, but what we're talking about is selling your naked body for a price tag.
None of them are a problem with attention.
I think back to what you were saying.
To talk about
back to what you were saying.
There is a big difference between putting a price tag on your naked body versus wearing an outfit that anybody would wear.
Realize that you want attention. You just want it in a way that you don't want to.
But there's levels of attention. There's levels of attention.
Yeah. Honey, all
she's
girls
not
like
making.
attention.
She's not making. Yeah. Look,
I have been dead broke and have men in my sphere saying, hell, at least sell fit pics to make enough money to get by. And I've literally said, no, I will never indulge a man's sick, sadistic fantasies like that. And I would rather be broke than even sell a picture of my toe. That's the difference between you and me. So yes, I'll wear a dress on this show, but I will never sell my naked body for a fucking price tag.
We don't have to. I don't have
it's
primitive beliefs like that. I don't have primitive beliefs. It's perfectly fine. I accept you the way you are.
You think this is a primitive belief?
In my opinion, yes.
I just think it's two different type of women.
Go ahead, Jayla.
I think
guys.
I think
The way
in
that
today's
show
world,
works is not everybody can talk at once.
I was gonna say, I think in a generation we live in and what's coming about with social media and all the different platforms, I think it distinguishes the different type of women now.
Yeah.
So not even just to OnlyFans, but you can be an influencer, you could be whatever you want to be now. You know, so and it's a lot of different men now too. Remember this, we're talking about one specific guy. I understand both of what they're saying. But like, okay, let's just say the fast life guys. A lot of those guys maybe were like lame in high school or something, but now they have a lot of money. So now they can go get this other kind of woman. They can afford it and they can marry her because they never thought they would be able to get that kind of woman. So women of that caliber are getting wiped up. They are getting the lifestyle still because it's like a generation, rappers and what they're putting out there now is sending out a different message from just before what you were saying.
There's definitely been a sort of a
is that the
decline.
top cream of the crop?
Amy.
Like the examples of social media versus real life. Like in real life, the promiscuous woman does not get picked. In real life, in average everyday life, that woman.
But let me. I would just like to know one thing. I have one question. I have one question.
Go ahead, Janelle.
Didn't Donald Trump marry a woman that was highly promiscuous?
Yep. He did.
That's where I was going next.
Are you saying? You're saying?
Ask your question again.
She was a model.
Melania Trump.
Melania Trump was an escort.
She was a model. She wasn't getting naked.
She was an escort.
She was an escort also.
She was an escort.
She was an escort.
This is news to me that she was an escort.
Yeah, me too.
You think after all the stuff they're trying to criticize him for, they wouldn't bring that up?
But I'm not.
Bullshit. There's no way.
He did everything in the world to try to get him on something.
In this hush money trial, there is no fucking way he's married to an escort and that isn't front page.
They'd be all over that.
That's ridiculous.
So here's what we're gonna end this segment because we're gonna move on.
Yeah,
it is true. One of the best things that I've learned from Coach Greg Adams, shout out to him, is that every woman wants your meat, gentlemen. Your money, your energy, your attention, and your time. Yeah. No doubt. There's different types of women that are willing to sacrifice whatever it is for the money, the energy, the attention, and the time. Here's a clip from Amy when we asked her, hey, listen, what's the kind of price tag that you would put on your dignity? Alejandra, do you have that clip?
Yes.
Go ahead. Make 40 grand a year working a regular job or 400 grand a year doing OnlyFans.
Yeah, I would rather go back to OnlyFans than do that.
Natalie, what are you picking?
400.
Okay.
I will pick the 400.
Obviously 400K.
400K all the way. If you're not taking it, you're dumb. If I do the 400K, but I put my nude body out there, that would really impact my self-esteem. I think it would make me depressed.
Amy?
I don't think money should ever cost your dignity. 40K. It's almost disrespectful to your future family as well. Did you guys see the thing about the kid who ran out of school because he was bullied about his mom's OnlyFans? Like that is something that is going to continue to happen and happen and happen. And so I think it's also out of respect to your husband and your future family.
Would you? Okay, cool. So here's where we're going to end it. Ladies, you pick your lane.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It's not a problem.
If you're comfortable with your decisions and the ramifications of your decisions, do you. But I'm just letting you know, most men are going to want their woman to answer how she answered But most women are going to be like, I'll take the 400. So there's short-term and there's long-term thinking. You can either, drown in debt and ball out or save and invest. It's on you.
Quick question.
Next topic.
Oh, no.
Next topic.
No.
We have to go through.
There's, the reason I want to talk to you about this is because you run an OnlyFans agency.
Correct.
There's another guy that we've done multiple interviews with, probably the most famous webcam entrepreneur on the face of the earth, called Andrew Tate.
Yes.
You know who this is. So, full disclosure, like Andrew, we've worked, we've done content together. There's allegations out there. We're going to see what happens. I've been pretty vocal that I think it's kind of
false
BS, but we'll see what happens. Malik, you could do what we talked about earlier. Anyway, Andrew Tate has now announced a new investment, $1 million investment in Solana meme in crypto. He promised to buy enough tokens to potentially crash the Solana network. So
nice.
They're talking about whether this is a legal distraction or dirty copy. This is a new business venture for Mr. Tate. We know that. But a lot of times we understood that he made his money by doing the webcam business.
Yeah.
OnlyFans, what happened. So there's a clip that we're going to play, but Andrew Tate earned, quote unquote, $600,000 a month at the height of his webcam business, which employed 75 women. You said you've employed 1,000 women. Wow. So you're doing this a little more.
It's not employed the way we do it, because I know the way Andrew Tate did it, and it is a viable method. It's just a bit more risk prone the way he did it. He essentially put his workers or employees on a salary, whereas the way that we usually do it, and we find it works better, is it's just pure revenue sharing. So essentially, if the girl makes $0, well, we don't need to pay her, but she don't need to pay us, right?
Yeah.
But if she's out there making 50 grand a month from our help, then damn right we're getting our fair cut.
So you're doing a rev share model, and he was doing what?
Just straight salary. So
a W-2 model.
Yeah, so he would have fired them if they didn't produce.
So if you're not producing, you're gone. Where this was, you could produce nothing, we make nothing from you.
Yeah.
So there's different strokes for different folks. There's different ways to
what
skin
did
a
the crypto
cat.
thing have anything to do with it?
Nothing. I'm just saying there's different business models out there. He's no longer doing that.
Because, he literally just burned $11 million over the weekend. A bunch of people have been sending Andrew Tate different crypto tokens and projects that they want him to join. He had $11 million in value sitting in his wallet that he burned this last weekend intentionally to show that he's only willing to stand by crypto projects that he actually believes in that have real utility.
Hey,
that
listen,
literally just happened this last weekend. $11 million he burned intentionally.
Respect to him on that. He's obviously in the eyeball business. We all are, and he's getting eyeballs. But I want to understand the business model a little bit more. But thank you for that, Amy. So he set up accounts for the women. He coached them how to properly chat with men. That's kind of what he was doing. Here's a clip sort of describing his business model. I want to get your reaction to this, and then the ladies respond. Go ahead.
Business. A lot of people might say, well, you're scamming people.
I sit here, I do not think I've made any mistakes. Every single action I've taken has led me here, and I'm very happy with where I am. As for scamming people, I think the industry as a whole is a scam, but I was not scamming people any more than anyone else involved in the industry. I personally think the industry is a scam. However, a lot of the men who are involved and send money to girls on webcams don't think it's a scam. They like it, and they enjoy it, and they think it's totally worth it. So I think it's a scam, but they don't, so.
Yeah, used to have a webcam.
So he's calling it a scam, but he's basically saying the guys that are actually paying the money don't think it's a scam. So if they don't think they're being scammed, then what say you about the scam, the business model, his model, your model? What say you?
Yeah, it's kind of like that FinDom thing you were talking about a little bit earlier. So we've literally had men message the accounts and say, oh, I know you're managed by an agency. I don't really care. I like speaking to you, thinking it's you. Can you send me that video of you dancing in that red bikini?
Okay.
And then we'll send it to the model. She'll make the content, and we'll sell it for $50 or $100.
Well, it's more than that, because we had a conversation before air, and I asked him, like Andrew Tate, were you ever the one messaging behind the scenes to get guys off?
Yeah.
And he admitted that, he was him. The women the guys who were paying money to have interaction with the girl, to have that unearned intimacy.
It was really
It was
him.
actually the manager that whole goddamn time.
But all agencies
Whose
work
fault
like
is that,
that.
though?
No,
I mean, I
I
kind of
don't
put that
think
on
there's
the guys
any
being dumb.
agencies.
Unless you do OnlyFans on your own, which is very hard.
Yeah.
When I don't feel like I want to do it, I don't make money. But when I feel like I want to do it, I could stack. So like it all depends. And also
Do you still do OnlyFans?
I do, but I do cooking shows naked now. I just take
naked now.
So if you're cooking, then I guess it's
cooking
not
because
sexual.
I wake up.
You're cooking naked. It's
Listen,
fine.
boys, this is how my OnlyFans works. Check this out. So I wake up and I have to do breakfast for my family, for my husband, because my kids are at school.
You just forget the clothes
right?
part
So
when you get up in the morning.
I personally, when
She just forgets the clothes
everybody's out of the
part.
house,
She's efficient. She's efficient.
I'm super efficient. I'm Cuban. So I cook. I make the eggs naked. Let's watch me making eggs while you play with your eggs. You know? So at noon,
Hey, talking about eggs and bacon and sausage.
Hey, at noon we get chicken Caesar salad because I have to be light. And then at nighttime you get your sandwich, your smoothie, or whatever. So
How many
that's-
times are you cooking for?
I love cooking. I'm a wife. Like I stay home.
Yeah.
So
Say
I
that
wake
one
up
little
and I
loud,
cook
though.
3 times a day. I make brownies. I do bake.
So does your husband
Do you
ever
give your
get
husband
jealous?
a-
Does your husband ever get annoyed? Does your husband ever say,
My hu-
I don't know about that, honey?
Yeah, my husband is military. What? Yeah.
Well, yeah, these guys aren't exactly known for being
No, he's a
easygoing.
train killer. We have a lot to talk about. If I'm sleeping with him, he's a train killer. He should not be jealous about what I do.
Does he like it when you make a sausage and egg McMuffin for breakfast? Or?
The sausage and egg McMuffin.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I do Cuban, which is a little bit more than that. So yeah, when it comes to husband, it's differently. Now we go back to he does not get jealous because once again, and I do agree with something that I keep in every single show that I go to. You guys keep telling me you are the exception. Yes, I am. I know I do not have a basic relationship because I'm not with a basic man. Neither I am a basic bitch.
So would you suggest
But-
this lifestyle you have to other women who are?
No.
Okay.
That's why I agree with her, with beautiful legs.
So why wouldn't you? So why wouldn't you? So why wouldn't
No, I'm
you
fighting because
recommend
you're
that?
putting your mental state and your experiences and your thoughts on general, and I'm not. And
No, you're
And
really
what's
you're
wrong
committed
with-
to misunderstanding me because if you watch my page, it's exact the
I
opposite.
don't, but
I
I'm
go
judging
deep
you by
into
what
these
you said
stories.
here.
Yeah, obviously we have a split-second reaction of each other, just like I could judge you off just being a straight porn star. But clearly, I'm looking at you, and
Which
you're,
is fine.
You're articulate, you're outspoken, you're very confident in what you're saying. So I'm willing to see a little bit of nuance, and I hope you would extend the same to other people who are just trying to have a genuine conversation right now. And if you can admit
What you
that you are the
said.
exception to the rule,
But I did.
then okay. Good. Then don't fight so hard for
But
the
I am
opposition.
not fighting
you were.
because the exception
You
to the rule
literally
still
were.
living in this world.
If we rewind 20 minutes
the
ago,
same
you
way,
were
listen,
screaming
the
for
same
your
way,
side.
the same way that I am the exception to the rules, I could introduce you to 20 married porn stars with kids that are the
But
exception to the rule.
Just to interject.
It's
here.
just you guys do not get out of you
So
guys.
you know what?
No, it's
I
just not
think
the
every girl
general.
should just start doing porn.
No, they should not. They should
Forget
not at
about
all.
what men think. Forget about traditional values.
No, they should
Just
not.
go be hoes.
No. It's not.
What do you
it's
mean,
horrible.
no?
What is the
Right?
difference between a girl that you call hoe because she's a porn star or she is an OnlyFans and a girl that married for money? She's still a house hoe.
No. The only difference is
no,
that's true. But the only difference is
So when you guys
Angelina, listen. There's only one little difference, Mamacita.
What?
There's something called the internet. And when you're going to be the household for your husband,
It's different.
it's not on,
No,
what's
no,
that word
no,
again?
No.
The internet. No.
A
da, da,
house-
pa, pa, pa.
No.
Shush. The whole concept is a woman actually should be a hoe for her husband. It's the whole
I'm not saying
lady,
not
not
bad.
shush.
Not bad.
Shush.
Money.
There's a whole concept of it being a lady in the streets, a freak in the sheets. We all get it. Every guy understands the concept. Be a lady, but at home, we have fun. But a guy's biggest fear is, do you take this woman to be your wife? I do. Okay, and then after the fact, it's like, you know that she did porn and all my boys banged her, right? It's like,
Or they
no
thought about
guy
banging
wants
her
that.
because they've seen
And
her
I don't know why
body.
you're not at least willing
I am willing to
acknowledge
acknowledge.
that.
I am willing to acknowledge that.
So then what are we fighting about?
Because what I keep saying is that what is the difference? Was my original question? What is my difference of a woman looking for a man that has money and just marrying because he has money? She's a household,
There's
not the
nothing wrong with
cheat.
that.
So you're saying
Sorry.
every woman,
not the cheats.
so you're
not
basically
the-
saying that every woman is a gold digger. Some have a bigger shovel.
No,
A gold digger is a hoe. A gold digger is a hoe.
He just said the difference
No,
of the
a hoe is
internet.
not
Yeah, the
somebody who
internet.
wants money.
No.
A hoe is somebody who's
Honestly,
Not
there's-
what
sleeping
you doing,
around.
how you
there's-
doing it. Y'all
Yes,
think they're
that's
doing
what
the
he's
same
saying.
thing, just differently.
Exactly,
Yes.
but they don't want to
That's
realize
what-
or recognize that.
That's what she.
Anyway, I
It's
know
not
that
love,
I
it's
know we're
money.
bringing up
What?
Andrew Tate. People are getting a little worked up over here.
No, I love him.
Michael, final word on this.
Yeah.
The business model, you know, some women will do it, some women won't. There's a way to make money. There's a way to keep the money. It's all that fun stuff. If you had a daughter, would you want her doing what some of these girls are doing? What are your thoughts?
Probably not.
Probably not or definitely not?
Definitely not. I mean, if at the end of the day, the reason that this business model works, I've not only done OnlyFans management, I've done everything you can think of to make money online. I just saw that there was such a big demand and honestly just a stupid amount of money being made in OnlyFans management. I was like, well, I understand digital marketing and I can make a lot of money in this industry a lot easier than if I was selling, I don't know, dog beds on Shopify, which I have done as well. But let me tell you, the OnlyFans management, I've made a lot more cash doing that than selling a dog bed on Shopify.
Okay, Brandon, final word.
Yeah, so question. What % of the women that work for you make over like 40 grand a year, would you say?
So 40 is quite rare. What we usually, a very minimum benchmark that we have on all of our models is about $1,000 a week. And they can do that with literally...
That's all commission or is that some salary?
Pure commission.
Okay.
So that's 12 grand a year. It's not a lot.
No, per month.
But even
1,000.
Per month?
Sorry,
12,000
1,000 a week. My bad.
So the average girl on your platform makes how much a year?
A year, about 1,000 a month times 52, so 52 grand.
But there's
What?
only
You're saying-
12 in a month.
you're saying
So
1,000 a
just
month?
give me a number for the year.
Oh, 52.
So the
1,000.
average girl
52,000.
makes...
Well, you could
52,000.
make up like working at Chipotle,
Right?
full-time,
Oh
if
my
you were to take up
God.
extra
Oh
shifts.
my
McDonald's,
God.
if you were to take up extra shifts
Wait, but hold
without
on, though. One
sacrificing
sec.
your dignity, future prospects,
Any-
relationships.
That's really good though
Any
for the
healthcare
average
position
though,
and-
because online, tell me if these numbers are wrong, but
Oh
it said
my
that
God.
only 10% make 1,000 a month, and then the top 1% make 6,000 a month, then the top 0.1% make 100,000 every
Yeah,
month.
it's the difference between creators that are managed versus creators that aren't managed.
Yeah.
So
So it's kinda
usually
like
managed
professional
creators.
sports, though.
Yeah, so
if you
just
were
to-
if you were Andrew Tate, just because this concept is about him and his, what advice would you have given him? Hey, bro, if you're gonna do this business model, I know you're killing it, but now you're kind of paying the price. And you're doing it now, and you're making a killing. What advice would you have given back then?
to Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Well,
With
the
his
way
business model.
the way he did it was webcamming. It wasn't just OnlyFans, so it is a bit different. I think with Andrew as well, though, he had a very good relationship with all of his content creators. You know, he knew them
A
personally.
good relationship with them. Interesting.
But let me chip in right quick, because that Andrew Tate concept is exactly the same concept of porn companies. When you sign a girl, I was never signed to a company because I wanted to own all my movies. I wanted to have control over them. So like I own 95% of my content on whatever amount of years I was in porn. I think it was like 8 years. So when a company sign you, you have to do webcam, you have to do only whatever site they have to talk to people, not necessarily OnlyFans. So the Andrew Tate way is the porn way. The old way. You get signed, you have all these duties that you have to do. We pay everything for you, and I give you your money, and I take, for the rest of the life, I take your name, I'll take your money. So there's people for everything. There's the ones that are renter, as are the ones that own the building. So, you know, not everybody can win, you know? So, but if you are going to get into this industry to sell your soul, make sure you own absolutely everything, because I am 15 years in, 7 years out, and I still getting paid for what I sold my soul for.
Very
So,
interesting
you know,
that you're using the term sell your soul.
No, because that's why you guys keep saying it. So I want to make sure that I'm
Mamacita,
on
you
the
said
right.
that. You said that.
At least she's
We'll leave that
honest.
right there. Next topic.
Yes.
You talked about
Own it.
you talked about the past, what Andrew Tate did, what our friend Michael's doing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about potentially what could be happening in the future. And this is AI girlfriends, AI corn, AI situations.
That's crazy.
And there's a very famous rapper. Some call her probably the most famous rapper these days, especially for Gen Z. Her name is Megan Thee Stallion. You know, back in my day, it was Lil Kim. Then it was Nicki Minaj. Then it was Cardi B. But it seems to be that
there was a lot
Megan
of them Foxy
Thee Stallion, thank you for speaking when I'm speaking, is out there. She's paying the price for deep fake corn. And she's speaking out against AI fakery. And there's, I guess, a sex tape out there of her allegedly doing OnlyFans, corn, whatever the situation. Why can't I say porn? Okay, whatever.
The internet. You basically can now. It's just the first.
Okay,
4 minutes.
gotcha. So she was doing a concert recently, and you talk about selling your soul. She didn't even sell her soul. These are people that were using her image and likeness
Sold it for her.
To sell her soul for her. So here's a video of her breaking down at a concert of her being super upset about these images or these videos being out there, pulling her to tears. Go ahead, Alejandra. So turn the volume off because I don't know if we can play this song, but you can keep playing it without the volume. There she is. And then towards the end of the video, keep playing it, she starts to break down in tears and she can't finish the song right there. Okay, and then if you go back to the article, here's what she said. She said, look, it's really sick how y'all go out of the way to hurt me when you see me winning. By the way, hate never comes from above. It always comes from below. We know that. Yeah. Y'all going too far with some fake ass shit. Just know today was your last day playing with me, and I mean it. Ooh. So we're going to see what Megan Thee Stallion has done. Now, this whole concept of AI, fake relationships, earlier this year, remember there was a Taylor Swift situation, sex tape that was out there, and Twitter, now X, shut that down. And here's a pic I think we have of her and Trump that allegedly were dating. And then here's an article about sort of the reality about what's happening out there. One tech exec predicts that AI girlfriends are going to be a thing. She said this is going to be $1 billion business. Yep. Greg Eisenberg, the CEO of Late Checkout, tweeted the market cap for Match Group is $9 billion. Someone will build an AI version of Match Group and make $1 billion. I met a guy last night in Miami who admitted to me that he spends $10,000 a month on AI girlfriends. Guys, by the way, it's not me. I promise you.
Okay, good.
Even though I live in Miami.
Mark that off my list.
So AI girlfriends, deep fakes, fake situations that are going on out there. Walk me through what's going on here, Michael. What's the future of AI porn?
I mean, at the end of the day, imagine that you're on, say, for example, a dating app. It's when you're speaking to someone, for all you know, that could be just a robot talking back to you. And most people that are single, they're on dating apps. It's a known fact, right? So say you're messaging, if you're a man messaging a girl, right? She responds to you with something positive. Say you say something funny and she's like, oh, haha, you're so funny. You get that dopamine hit, right? Because you know you're getting that validation or from that other person, some form of connection, even though it's just purely over the internet, like it's just on a screen on your phone. But that just links to, at the end of the day, it just hits those same neurons in your brain, your dopamine receptors. And it's no different with AI, which is why AI definitely will be taking over, because people, they'll pay, and it comes back to that hypergamy thing you were talking about earlier, Adam. Do you think the guy with the $50 million house living here in Fort Lauderdale on the island that I just drove past a couple of hours ago was on OnlyFans paying for AI model girlfriends? Or do you think it's the guy that's, goes out there and he might hit on 100 girls and he has zero luck?
But like Adam said, there's some guys who are paying $10,000 per month. So there's also a market for guys who
maybe they've just got a sexual fantasy.
There's a lot of money on this OnlyFans thing, so I don't think that this is our McDonald's workers because you do not pay $3,000
Yes,
for
but-
a
but-
video
but-
of
but-
me
but-
swallowing a whole bottle without breathing. Like, you know.
¿Qué pasó?
No, like, no, but this is the thing that you guys keep saying that it's the low income. Like, no low income.
I didn't say it's low income.
No, like, it's not.
You can be
in the
rich
chart.
and get no chicks, and you can
Yeah.
You can be a rich
you can be
nerd.
broke and have no chicks.
So
Brokies.
the whole AI thing, it's crazy. Like, it's the same thing. Like, when I was, God, I feel like an old lady saying this. Back in the days when I had a model of my butt and guys would take it home. I have a model of my butt. It's 150 pounds. It's my actual butt.
By the way, guys, we're selling that online right here. The SOSCAST for $9.99, a limited price.
No, it's $15,000. What are you talking about?
Jesus.
The whole me is 15.
Save that
3,000 the
money.
butt only. Yeah. So you cannot sleep with me, but you could sleep with the fake me. So like it's the same concept, but not only that. And we keep. You know, this is when I say potatoes. Like guys play video games for that, because they love it. It's the same thing. Let's just watch AI porn. It's the same, you know, gratification. They don't play go to war and play model whatever duty bullshit you guys play. Go to war. No, you guys don't do that. You guys sit down and you do it on the internet. You do it on your PlayStation. So it's the same thing with sex. I do want to bring something up before I fight with anybody.
Oh, now you want to stop fighting?
No. Before we
Go
start
ahead.
fighting, because I know this is going to create a fight. This whole thing about what happened to Megan, everybody that put their kids' picture in their internet are doing to their kids. I've always said, this is coming. You guys are giving pedophiles your kids' pictures to do this kind of movies, to do this kind of shit. Yes, it is. When you put your little girl in the internet, whether it has a bikini or not, you leaving your girl in a place full of pedophiles. So let's start thinking this way, because we are not my mom. My mom will believe that picture. We know better.
Yeah.
Let's start thinking the right way and get with the program and stop posting our kids on social media.
So, hold on, Amy. Hold on. Shush. Marissa, I see all the girls nodding. Why are you nodding?
I feel like kids or parents, specifically on TikTok, they'll post their children and you see like the saves and you see the shares and you know you wonder why the little girl in the bikini is getting 100,000 shares or 50,000 saves. And so you know unfortunately there is a lot of pedophiles. There's a lot of guys attracted to children. It's sick. And so I get what she's saying, that you know it is a problem. It's definitely prevalent.
You guys are giving food for pedophiles, posting your kids' pictures.
It's a multi-billion-dollar
Can
problem.
I host this fucking show without having to tell everybody to shush? We're gonna go down the line here. Janelle, go ahead.
I agree, because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And most of these, I mean, you're giving basically you're giving them the armor to these pedophiles and, you know, like these weirdos by doing that. So that's why I agree with that, and I was nodding.
So it's beyond the pedophilia. It's like, it's not, okay, we've always been worried about, back in my day, it was like, don't talk to strangers because they can come give you candy, you end up in a crazy van.
Now you're on the internet, they get your picture.
Now your mama is giving you to
we've interviewed Chris Hansen, like, you know, hey, what's going on?
Because again, it's the
We've
attention.
seen this. Now it's AI
We're addicted
stuff
to
that
the
even can be
attention.
done. What were you going to say, J-Lo?
The exact same thing, because it's the internet period now. So the best thing you can do is just don't post your kids at all, because the moment they hit the internet, who knows where the pictures go, who knows what they're going to do now.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It's that simple.
With kids'
I mean,
faces.
I don't have children.
I've
but
seen
say,
that
what
happen.
What if, for example, your kid's at a school excursion? I don't have a child, you know, but surely they take pictures and
They
it ends
can't.
up on.
Legally, they can't. There's a lot of laws.
And yes, it takes the innocence out of a child just taking a picture, but it's a lot of sick people. So
Yeah. Amy, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, do you think because you were involved in the sex work industry and you were sexualized for so long that you feel like you're probably a little bit more cognizant to that than the average person? Like, a lot of people probably never think twice about posting that content because it's just their regular life. But someone in sex work, they've been sexualized. They've had that part of themselves put on public display for so many people. Do you think you're maybe a little bit more aware of that and feel more passionately about that because you've been sexualized in your line of
No,
work?
I think that when you say that I'm more sexualized, I don't agree with that, because before I got into porn, I sexualized novelas and I sexualized movies. And there is sex scenes, which is porn, it's softcore, it's porn, since we are grandmother. So when we're talking about sexualizing, we sexualize shampoo. We sexualize everything because sex says. Nobody washes their head like this in a shampoo commercial. Nobody does that. Nobody nobody does that.
I do. When I do my hair,
Of
I'm
course
just,
you do.
I'm all up in it.
Nobody does that.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, I am more aware what you can do. It's not the sex part. I'm more aware and knowledgeable of what you can do with a picture, because not because I'm in porn, because I am looking at men and I am talking to men daily. So I have an insight of how stupid men are.
Well, it's kind of, that's what I meant. Well, will you see how they react
Okay,
to it?
quick question.
I'm gonna
Walk
fight with
me
you now.
through. This question is for you, and then Brandon's gonna get the final word. Walk me through who you think. Give me an avatar of the typical guy who's paying for AI porn, OnlyFans, PayPig. What does he look like? What does he act like? Give me just an avatar. Walk me through that. Go.
Everybody's different because I could look at.
No, but I don't want everybody's different. I want
me.
Yes.
Me. I'm.
He's 40 years old. He's bald. He's broke. He's this. He's
I'm
like.
big.
He's
I'm big.
22. He's never had a girl.
I'm a dominatrix. Most of the time, I'm a pay pig. Cash
What does the
pigs.
guy look like?
All kinds. I have guys with six packs. I have guys with money. I have guys with Formula One. I have rappers paying me that I have never slept with. I have all kind of people because I am a dominatrix, because I am feisty, because I'll tell you that you're so pathetic and your shit is so small, and I can't believe you make me waste my freaking time, and they pay me for that, and they love it.
You're pathetic. But isn't it incredible the mind of these guys? That some of them, it's crazy.
Michael, walk me through an avatar of what the typical guy looks like and acts like.
That's one perspective. I haven't seen a lot of that from looking at using the data once again.
Yeah.
You said it before me. It's age, at least on OnlyFans, maybe on different hubs.
I
It's
also
different.
come from porn. It's different.
Yeah.
That a regular girl.
Maybe on different hubs it's different. On OnlyFans, it's definitely about the 18 to 32-year-old men, usually buying content of the women, 99% of the time. Most of them, they're just looking for a girlfriend of some kind. It's the minority that are there to just get, where they've, for whatever they do, they have a lot of money and they just have some
why
fantasy.
Why not just watch porn? Why are they paying all this money for this?
It's a
they want to
psychological
provide.
thing.
They want to provide because
It's
chances
psychological.
are they don't have a partner and they want to provide because
Yeah.
what does every man really
Be a
want
provider,
to do?
protector,
You wanna
being
provide.
present for his woman.
You want to provide for your woman.
You want to go to her
You know?
wish list and buy her everything.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
go
You
and
feel
drop
good.
a car
Listen,
in her
I
house.
good as a
I
man.
don't think my little speech right here is going to
wanna
change
provide?
anything.
What about me?
But men, like, invest in yourself. Invest in a
Yes.
gym.
Yes.
Save your money.
Yes.
Read a book. Get out into public. Meet people. Network. Talk to me in 3 to 5 years when you're 25 years old and you've got a six-pack and muscles and money in the bank account. You could go pay an AI girlfriend, OnlyFans Fendom. Okay, you could take the easy way out, or you could actually fucking work and
have the
actually
girl
become
come
the
to
best
you.
version of yourself. And now you're getting all the girls. But the choice is yours. Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm usually a big anti-government intervention guy, but I think that porn is causing so much destruction. I think a lot of the things the weird stuff that we're seeing now with the mental illness stuff is like from porn making everybody weird with the just rabbit holes that people go down and like developing all these weird fetishes and stuff and giving people the out of not having to go out and meet people in public because they could just get that outlet online. I almost think it's more damaging than prostitution, to be honest, because like at least then people are connecting with the person. But I don't know, I think maybe it's the one scenario in which I could justify the government getting in and regulating it because of how damaging it is to society and culture.
So here's my question.
Right.
Okay, there's like IRL in real life.
Yes.
Versus on your phone, AI.
Right.
Listen, you're kind of like, I'm old school. There's things called strip clubs. You kind of can do kind of whatever. Why don't you just go experience this stuff in real life?
Lazy.
And provide. Why do you have to do it in your basement on AI fake girls? Like, I don't get it.
Because they can see you on street. Okay, we're not thinking about something also. We're living in a world and we are talking about OnlyFans. So let's stick on OnlyFans and not on porn when I started, which I'm old as hell in porn already.
Yeah.
So let's talk about OnlyFans. We're talking about 18 to 32, you said?
Roughly. 18
to 32 come from broken homes, most of them. 18 to 32 comes from stress. 18 to 32 come from a lot of broken men. And we also are not looking into the way and the world that we are living in. And not only, these girls will not look at men that has $100,000. So that man that doesn't have $100,000 cannot go to South Beach and get a $20 drink. So let's look at the realistic expectations of life and what we are living in. And unfortunately, to men, that's the life that they live in. So the only way that you guys could fix this is not putting laws against porn. It's actually creating health, mental illness stuff, because it's not cutting porn. It's why is this happening? Because our health is shit. Why? Or this man need to do this because this lady wants $100,000. But why this lady wants $100,000? Because their houses is $4,500 or $5,000 a month. So there is so many other things that we are not looking into. And we always want to blame the whore. We always want to blame the cat. You know, no.
Well, I blame the government above everything, but
a lot. It's not their fault.
So here's the final point.
So it's not their government's fault.
It's not their fault.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks, guys. I believe in free market capitalism, and you're talking about government intervention.
Why the hell is communism? I come from a country where that is not.
There you go. You know what's going on
crazy as hell.
If men weren't paying, women wouldn't have all this money. So it's on the men to improve themselves. But we know 1/3 of men haven't been laid in a year. Men under 30 are struggling. It's a thing out there. Next topic. Speaking of men in decline, let's have our conversation about men in decline and what women have to do for themselves in order to financially provide for themselves. Next topic. So here's a couple different quick articles, rapid fire. Here's the first article. Male decline, boys are struggling, and it takes coaches, tutors, and thousands a month to fix it. That's one article for young men out there. And then for men beyond high school, beyond college, there's another article. Male decline is real, and it's a problem for women too. There's this article right here. Thank you. So, you even have Jerry Seinfeld out there talking about we need a return to masculinity. Where are the masculine Seinfeld talking about, what's the deal? With all these
what's that
girly men out there?
What's that saying, Adam? Good times create weak men.
Hard times create strong men. Strong times
create
weak times. We've seen this cycle before. We're definitely in a weak man society. Young men are looking up to Dylan Mulvaney these days. It's kind of ridiculous. Boys have lower high school graduation than girls. Colleges are 60% female, 40% male. Malik. So male decline is lamented. It's a social trend in the U.S. Thank you for that article. We're good. It's been linked to higher rates of fatherlessness, which seems to show that boys suffer more from having absent fathers than girls do. We've already heard about girls having daddy issues.
Right.
Turns out that the boys are kind of having daddy issues too, or in Cuba, papi issues, right?
Papito issues.
Shit, I like it when they call me papi. The disappearance of blue-collar jobs, but here it is. The fail-safe identity of being the provider and breadwinner. Because men, typically, up until basically in the 1980s, they were the provider, the protector, and being present for their woman.
The good days.
Now women are arguably making just as much money as men. I know that women are getting paid 85 cents of the dollar compared to men, but then we had the conversation last week when you do the control gender wage gap, it's actually 99 cents to the dollar. It's actually pretty similar. Yep. So here's my question. We've heard things like the future is female, who runs the world, girls. There's the song from Cardi B, broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. Okay,
that's
cool.
right.
What does the future look like, ladies, if men are in decline and women are on top? Is that a future you want to live in?
No, I'm very traditional. So I definitely believe that the male should take the role of provider, financial responsibility. I definitely leave it up to my partner. So I would say no.
Okay. Do you want to see women on top and men in decline?
No, I'm pretty traditional myself. And growing up, my father was the head of the household. And he lived in a house full of women. But he did always teach us that it's okay to have your own career, but to always respect the man of the house or the man that you choose to be your life partner.
So we constantly hear about the patriarchy and women, and we got to get our own, and feminism, and women got to be on top. Jayla, what are your thoughts on this? Listen, you did something that men can't do. You're a mogul, but you ain't got $1 million in the bank. I can't be out here, I'm a fucking mogul out here. It's like, where do you live? Yeah, I live with my mom still. No.
In my basement.
Personally,
is the future female, and do you want to see the decline of men and women on top?
No.
You don't want that?
No, I don't. I feel women can work hard and they can go after everything they want, but I still think it's a level of respect for the man. And I think that's what a lot of women forget. And I also think that a lot of the men that are coming up now, they don't know what it is. I don't know if it's from broken homes or whatever it is. They didn't have the representation of a man in their household, so they lack that. And a lot of them maybe were raised by women or raised themselves. I don't know. I can't say. But I do think that has a huge impact on why a lot of men don't know what to do.
Sorry to interrupt, but look at what the mainstream media is pushing, right? They're pushing, if you look at Hollywood, if you're a big, strong man who, you know, is typical, when you think of man, you think, yeah, big, strong. He tells you, you know, leader, boom, boom, you do this, boom, 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 quick, fast. Someone like that in the media today, even if you don't do anything, you're a misogynist, you're a toxic masculinity, whatever controlling. Why is it that a man, right? Get this, and it'll be good to get your perspective. If a man tells a woman something that he's got an expectation, I expect you to dress a certain way, I expect you to treat me in this way. Suddenly, they're controlling toxic masculinity. But if a woman says to maybe a man who's a partner, she says the exact same thing, that's just, you got standards, girl, you keep going.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Why the
That's government.
I think it's a lot of upbringing with that.
Yes.
A lot of upbringing.
Is it the upbringing or
it's
is
the
it
society that we live
society?
in, and also the fact that the economy is so bad that a man cannot support their family anymore. We cannot expect this man to be the provider if two people can provide in this economy. So like,
that's the government's fault.
Let's just be realistic. It's that now I believe I agree with you. It is the government fault.
And they're pushing this feminization of men too.
But I understand all of that.
And
but let's talk about money.
Food is lowering testosterone also.
Yep.
Children in college, vapes, I think, alcohol, a lot of contributing factors that lower the testosterone. I mean, if you read the data and the articles, it's all out there. The way that our government is setting up our food now is also contributing to these guys because that's what they want. They want they want this country to have less men because they want to defeat them.
Yeah,
they want to control.
As I'm sure you can tell by now, I'm pretty empirically based. I like my numbers, right?
Don't eat beef. It's bad for you. You know, become vegan. You know,
eat insects.
There you go.
If we look at the data, for example, testosterone from a healthy 25-year-old man today, his testosterone levels are about the same as his grandpa's, literally, and there's definitely an environmental factor.
But is it like the consequence of the times, or is it contrived? Is it by design? And I think a lot of it is by design. The feminization of men is by design. The weakening and decline of men is by design, and feminism and the sex work industry. I believe, nothing against you, but I believe that plays a major part of it, and it's not coincidental.
The sex work
by
industry
design.
has been around forever, and men were men when the sex work increasing and the horse were. So let's just take that out of there because manly men are used to fuck horse anyway. So going back to what I was trying to say is that I am my best. I am my best now that I'm 40 and I'm home. I'll say I'm not a home wife. I'm a homebody. So I did live my 20s and my 30s doing me, you strong woman that makes your money. And now that I am home, I'm the happiest. So I want every woman to be this happy. But I had to go through my 20s and my 30s to realize that your happy place, at least my happy place, is it's home. My happy place is home.
Well, you can simply be a woman.
Yes, but you guys could say whatever. I love to wake up and cook. I love to wake up and do nothing. But I do realize that if my husband was not making the amount of money and that we didn't have the investments and the revenues, that I had to go work.
So why do you still do it naked though? Why do you cook naked on your OnlyFans?
That has nothing to do with the topic.
No, it does because you just said you enjoy cooking for your husband. Then why do you do it naked? Is there anything?
Because it's my choice. That has nothing to do with the fact what were we talking about. I know you have
it is. No. It literally does. It has direct correlation.
Thank you. So you bring up a good point. You talked about the Hollywood, and what was the point you said about that? You talked about the...
I was going to say... if you
toxic masculinity. They push for toxic.
Okay. So where is this all coming from? In Hollywood, we saw that John Cena had to go out on stage and
how embarrassing.
demasculate himself.
How embarrassing.
Okay, it was horrible. He had to go out and be naked. We saw that Jason Momoa, I think in the Fast and the Furious, whatever, had to play a gay guy. Will Smith's first big movie scene, he had to play a gay guy. I think The Rock had to play a fairy out there.
But why did they agree to it?
It's music. They're pushing Lil Nas X, emasculating gay women. Okay, all that. DEI, ESG, the wussification of men. The patriarchy. They're bringing down the patriarchy. It's no longer cool to be a straight white guy. It isn't. Okay, if you're not, like, it's just not. Sorry, Brandon, it's not going to work out for you. Participation trophies. Baby mama culture is real. We've seen the lack of a father in a household. Latin men, white men, black men, all basically without mother in the household. It's just constantly bringing down what it means to just be a man, to the point where you have guys like Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with men not being men anymore? And when I think of masculine men, I don't think of Seinfeld. So if Seinfeld is basically taking a stance saying, what the hell's going out there with men? We can all agree here that women, it's not a zero-sum game. It's like, women are winning now. Yay. It's like, all right, so now you guys are the bosses and you're going to just be dominating men. I know you like to make money off of that. But you're going to want a man that takes care of you, to be the provider, the protector, being present for you, understanding your feelings. Not like, I'm the boss now. There's no society in the history of the world, name one, where women ran the show.
None.
It just kind of doesn't work that way. Because you guys, you got this one special power. You got one little thing out there. It's called the ability to get pregnant. So when there's a war going on and shit's going down in Ukraine or Uganda or the Congo or in Haiti and a fucking other enemy territory walks in, you don't have to go fight 8 months pregnant. Homeboy's going to take care of that. So demasculating men and emasculating men serves women no justice. It's only going to hurt you in the long run. End of rant. By the way, paying your own rent, not exactly fun to do for women. Here's a story out here. Being single for women is just too expensive, but women would rather still be alone. Okay, walk me through this. So it's something called a singles tax. You familiar with this? No. Okay. Well, you about to feel it, like inflation.
Damn. I don't want to hear it.
The higher the cost that singles pay for to support themselves. So if you have a roommate, you're splitting the rent, right? If you have one car, but there's two people live in your house, you're splitting the car payment, what it is. You know, you and your sister.
We got 2 cars.
So a single is paying $7,000 more a year than a couple, okay? Here's some numbers for the ladies out there. Show the ladies, there you go. The singles tax, $7,000. 26% of single women admit that single life is just too expensive. Yeah. So 1 in 4 women, okay? Why are you nodding?
Because it is.
Okay. 50% of single ladies said they can't afford vacations.
I never pay for vacations, so that's
me either.
That's not even like, I'm so sorry.
Neither do I.
34% of women said it's too expensive to dine out. And 27% of women say that they can't pay for their own entertainment, whatever that is. Almost 50% of women, 47% to be exact, say single women say that living on a single income is a major source of stress for you ladies out here. There you go. 16% of coupled women say that they are just with their partner for financial support. Ladies, I don't know if you know anybody like that.
Save that money?
Okay. 65% of single women believe they can achieve major financial milestones on their own. We did a little subject back in the day with me and my ex-girlfriend, Chelsea Handler, got in a little fight. I said that, Morgan Stanley came out with a report called the She Economy by 2030, which is in almost 5 years. Almost 50% of women, 25 to 45 working women, are going to be unmarried, single, no kids. I said, good luck if that's what your future is for you. Ladies, it's no fun having to pay bills for yourself the rest of your life. Us men, look at the men right here. Brandon, Michael, show them on the screen, guys. There we go. We are built for this shit. We are built to pay bills.
I hope so.
We're built for this shit. It's in our nature.
Please do.
Okay? It's in our nature to say, okay, I'm going to go kill the buffalo. I'm going to go kill the saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah.
I'm going to go dig that ditch. I'm going to go build that castle. I'm going to go to work. It's in our nature. They're like, okay, a man who just constantly is on vacation, no. We work. Women, this work thing, this competing with the men thing,
10x10.
It's kind of new for you guys. It's kind of new. It's not exactly like what you're built for. We're built for speed.
But then
you're
you
built
know
for
what
comfort.
happens?
Yes.
I have a question.
Go
because
ahead.
you guys are men and you're claiming that you guys. So what about the men that they're the provider and they financially support the woman and they give her everything she wants, everything she needs. But then because they have so much power.
Control.
She don't get anything, yeah?
I knew that was
Then they can mistreat her or control her in a way where it's crippling to her spirit. What do we say
Okay.
about those men?
So how about this?
What do women do?
How about
in-
this? Don't ask me. Answer that yourself. You're a working woman. You're attractive. You've been in news. You're a journalist. You tell me how that's done.
Oh no, you leave a situation like that. But I'm
Okay.
saying those men that are like that. What
I've
do you
never dated a
suggest
man.
I think
Fun
it's
fact,
going to
100%
women.
of the
Maybe
people
give
I've
an
had sex with
example. Like,
have been
what's an
women.
example of
Yeah.
that type of behavior that would like result in
Because
that?
I don't think that every single man is built the way that Adam is saying. You know, there are men that say, yes, I'm going to take care of you. And, you know, they're
Yeah, those
millionaires
men
and they
are
have
called
this. And
losers.
Yes.
Okay. Try not to date losers.
Yes.
That's probably a fun fact for you
Yes.
ladies.
And
Well,
then
money's an amplifier, right? Like, if you're a terrible
What's that?
person who
It
makes
is.
money,
You
you're
just
going to do
said,
terrible things.
Try
treat your
not
girl
to date
terribly.
losers, but there's a lot of losers
and they
out
don't
there.
show, they don't reveal their
Well, that's
character.
choice for dating.
But then they don't reveal their
No,
character.
there's a lot. There's a lot. There's
if
a
you-
lot.
if-
And the reason we
Look,
go back to the original short.
what happened?
You know, the reason why women keep looking up because they think they're not losers. Because they're only looking at the money.
Yeah,
not
no,
at
no,
their
but then there's
values or
certain
their emotional control.
But then
Yes.
but then there's also situations where they don't reveal their character too much later on
But
in
that's
the
on you.
relationship.
That's
Yeah,
on
because
you. That's
women
on you.
So psychopath-
lie with how they look. Men, you know, they fool men with their eyes. Men fool women with their ears. That's why men will say,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna take you on vacation, girl." I'm
And
gonna
then they
treat you
do.
right.
They do
I
all
got
that
all this.
stuff.
Make
That's
me
why
down.
all you girls lie with how
And then
you
they
look.
do. But
You're
then
not
it's
that
like you
tall. Your
can't-
hair's not that long. Your boobs aren't that big. Your face don't really look like that. Men and women lie just in different ways. So tell me, how many of your girlfriends? We met at Model Volleyball. A lot of hot chicks there. How many girls you know, attractive girls that you know, that aren't really into the dude, but they'll let him take him to dinner. They'll let him take him on a trip. They'll let him take him out shopping. How many girls do you know, percentage-wise, that do that kind of stuff for men?
100.
As a girl, I hate to say this,
100?
but a lot. I would say a lot of women, you know, will go out with men for what they can provide for them. But
Yeah.
I think some of it's kind of natural.
Is it-
Like I mentioned before, I expect, you know, my man to provide for me. I don't think I'm necessarily using him. I think, you know, I love him.
But that's your boyfriend
Emma,
and you live
would
with
it-
him. Hold on, Michael.
Truth. Yes,
Yeah,
truth.
it's not some dude you're taking out. Like, we had one girl that was here that said, like, she went out on 10 different dates just because she had no food in the house.
Now she
No,
need to go
no.
figure that out.
She be
That's
using
a job
good.
in itself.
Go
She
ahead,
needs to
J-Lo.
open an OnlyFans.
That's a job in itself.
Yeah, J-Lo, tell us about that job as a mogul, as a food mogul.
I go to work.
Okay.
I go to work. I work for everything. But
What percentage of women do you know that let men just treat them? They have no intention of having sex with them.
I know a lot of women like that, but I don't agree with that.
Okay. Do
I
you have a
don't
brother?
agree. Yeah,
You do have a brother.
yeah.
He's older or younger?
Younger.
What advice would you give to your younger brother not to mess around with some of these women?
Based on
This
the
is your
new
brother.
generation that's up and
I always
coming.
tell my brother, get you somebody that really like you for you because he does have, you know,
His money.
financial gain. I always tell him get somebody that really likes you for you and somebody who can add. If it's a rainy day, I don't care what she do, whether she work, she an entrepreneur, it don't matter what, she stay home. She need to be able to support you every day, and she needs to be able to be there for you on a rainy day. However, y'all choose to do that in your household, because every man is different.
Okay.
But I don't agree with the women just using men. I don't agree with that at all.
You ever used a man for a free meal?
No, I can't take it.
Okay.
I ain't
Can
going.
I
I
ask
don't like
ask
you.
you guys a question?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I know it's not my show, but do you
No,
guys?
no, it's your show.
Are you sure?
No. I'm not coming back, so let me ask all my questions
not
that I
gonna come
want. No, I'm saying after this.
I'll invite you-
Actually, I
I'll
want to
invite you back.
podcast me on her. So my question is, have you ever dated a girl that you guys feel that if you cripple tomorrow and broke, she will take care of you? Have you ever, be real.
Yes.
No, not Chelsea, she's a
Oh,
millionaire.
that she would take care of me?
Yes.
Yeah, even if you had
Those
nothing.
girls don't exist.
Yeah, I've never expected
Yeah,
that
no,
one
no,
bit.
no.
Yeah,
A guy
not
will
that.
take care of a girl
You see? You
for her
see?
entire
Straight
life.
I
up.
The
feel,
girl
I
will
feel
not
like
take
as a
care of
No.
woman,
No.
you should.
Yeah.
I feel like as a woman, you should want to date
way.
somebody with something
It's
going on.
just a
You should
difference in
wanna date-
values between.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, men are looking for feminine females, and feminine females are looking for masculine men, right? It's pretty. It should be pretty obvious. Apparently, it's not in 2024. But there's nothing. Honestly, there's nothing even wrong with what you just said or any of the answers of Brandon, me, Adam. There's nothing wrong with the fact that we all said, "Oh, hell no!" Like, it just is what it is. Men, they feel good and they want to protect and provide for their woman.
Not all.
It just makes them feel good.
I just think it's
Michael,
so sad.
Michael, what's your
Not all.
advice? You have a little brother?
Crazy.
No, I don't.
You have any, how old are you?
28.
28, you're a young dude.
28.
What's your advice to guys in your generation as far as messing with the wrong girl?
Be
'Cause you
careful.
manage 1,000 of them on OnlyFans.
I do.
Choose wisely.
Don't spend too much money on OnlyFans. Spend a little bit. It helps me out. But no, just honestly, just make money. And if you're picking a girl, just be real careful. Make sure, just make sure you're getting into something that it won't damage you later down the line.
Know what you want.
Okay.
But make sure you make money. It's the most important thing as a man. Your self-confidence goes up when you make money.
The most confident I've ever been in my life, I swear to God. And now I'm...
Your bank account?
I'm doing... Yes.
Yeah.
But not how I'm doing now. I was... At 25, I was my brokest friend. At 35, I was one of my more successful friends. Because I put in 10 years of work. My first year of work, I made $5,000 in the financial world. $5,000. They said,
Cold
listen,
calling?
if you... Cold calling,
Ouch.
smiling and dialing. My second year, I made $100,000. It was the coolest thing I ever had in my life. And in my bank account, first time in my life, I had more than $10,000. The first time ever. And I pulled out a receipt. I've told this story before. And I said I had like $13,000, $15,000 in there. I was dating a girl at the time. I was like, I am the coolest dude in the world. And I accidentally dropped the receipts so she could see it. Oh, would you pick that up? Woo! It was the coolest feeling. I felt cooler having $10,000 in the bank than I did when I first had $1 million in the bank. Because that first $10,000, you're like, holy shit, I'm no longer broke. It's such an amazing feeling.
Yeah,
so do that, gentlemen.
It's hard to get that first part, but once you've started to build it, you can. I mean, most of it comes from knowledge. Myself personally, I've noticed my wealth, it has exponentially grown more than you can imagine. Like, I remember when I was 19 years old, I remember a time I went to pay for $2 worth of parking, and I put my card up and, sorry, no funds. I went, oh, let me pull out my other card. Beep, sorry, you don't have $2. And I went,
and I was at 19.
Yeah.
And now at 28.
A little bit more.
So, gentlemen, go put in 10 years of work and come talk to us. Last story of the day, we talked about OnlyFans. We talked about managing the OnlyFans. We talked about sex work. We talked about men, women, money. We talked about online dating. Let's talk about dating in real life. Because I encourage you guys to get out there and get off your phones, stop being pay pigs and femdoms, and go out and meet women in real life. Now, this beautiful lady right here, she's going to object because she's selling her butt for $15,000.
Pay pigs.
Yeah, there she is right there.
They don't need butts.
Okay. But we want you guys to get out there and get laid in real life. So here's a couple little clips for you. So in order to go meet a girl, you actually have to go approach a girl. Here's a clip of Chris Williams, friend, talking with Brett Cooper, who I've never met. But this is a great conversation right here on who should make the first move. Do you have that clip ready?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Set of stats. 86% of women say that they want a man to make the first move.
Yep.
50% of men are scared of making the first move for being seen as creepy. And
Interesting.
20% of Gen Z say that a man approaching a woman in person always or usually constitutes harassment. So you have a very difficult circle to square here. You have women who still want to be approached. You have men who know that if they don't approach, nothing's going to happen.
Yep.
But if they do approach, they're scared of being seen as creepy. They're concerned that they're going to either upset this girl or that they're going to be part of some Me Too scandal. And then you have a societal pressure. Lots of men are checking out of the world. We need to ask not just why aren't men opening up about this, what can they do to fix themselves, but structurally, how can we actually help men?
And I think that a huge thing is that so many of these systems are against men, whether we're talking about, family court, divorce court, now with affirmative action, applying for jobs where a company would be much happier giving the job to a woman because then they get to say, oh, we hired a woman for this role. It's like
Save the
structurally.
lady in the taller seat.
Exactly.
There it is.
I wish
Little
somebody
joke at the
approached
end.
me. They need to approach.
Okay, that's what I want to understand here. Men, you're going to serve yourself a lot better by seeing all these stats. All right, 86% of women want men to make the first move. 50% of men are scared to make the first move. 20% of Gen Z said approaching the wrong woman could potentially end in harassment. Here's a little advice. Make the first move.
Yep.
Don't be creepy. You get rejected, move on to the next one. You're going to get rejected. I made my money making cold calls.
Adam.
If I gave up after the first rejection, I'd still be broke right now. You smile and you dial and you call these things. But you have to go out there and knock on doors. Do you want to make the first move and approach a man, or do you want the man to approach you?
I want him to approach me.
You want to approach you. You want to?
I
know you're married now.
I met him 2 hours later, so I gave him a kiss, put my tits on his face. We've been married for 15 years. We dated 28 days. He went to Iraq. He came. We married after 28 days. He came back, and we still happily married 28.
No, what do you mean you put his tits on your face?
I did put my
Were you at a
tits on
strip
his
club?
face.
No, he
No,
wanted.
we were in a regular club. I kissed him. I went up to him. I kissed him. It worked for me. It's not gonna work for everybody.
Again, exception, not the
That's
rule.
love at
Ladies,
first
I
sight.
don't encourage you to just put your titties
That's
on a
a
dude's
fairy
face.
tale.
Legit,
Do
it
you
was
want to
just
make the
like that
first
in that
move,
order.
Janelle, or do you want the man?
I let the man take the lead.
Okay. Marissa,
do
when you
you,
met your
babe?
man,
He made the first move.
he made the first move.
Of course, yes.
Nat, how do you feel about this?
I like the first move for them, the gentleman, to make.
Okay.
My preference.
Amy? I know you're sliding all these dudes DMs. No, men approach you. Why are you such a traditional woman?
What do you mean?
Her choice.
Why do I want men to approach
Yes.
me? I don't know. I just want them to approach
Natural?
me. Yeah.
It just
doesn't feel natural?
It's
Instinctual.
literally, exactly.
right
it's
man
not
Men
like-
are the hunters,
Yeah.
women are the gatherers.
Yeah, it's a form of
instinctual.
assertiveness.
Brandon, you know, you people don't
Yeah.
know. Brandon's, he's got a little swag. He got a little riz.
Yeah.
You're approaching most of the women, or they're
Yeah,
approaching
no,
you?
100%. And no, let me say this: like, I totally get the feeling of being hesitant about approaching a girl, like whatever. But it's such a great feeling that when you overcome that, and it's gets so much easier every time you do it. And compared to the act of swiping a ton on an app, it's almost becomes addicting to just go approach someone that you're attracted to in public. Once you get over the hurdle of actually doing it.
So you're basically saying that competence will lead to confidence. Hey, I did it. I'm
No,
proud
of course.
myself.
I'm saying that's
With
it's more enjoyable
with everything
thing.
in
Yes.
life. With
And-
everything
Go
in
ahead,
life. Yeah, no, with everything in life, I think competence gives you confidence. It's and that kind of, on that stat earlier, what did it say? 20% of men think it would be creepy if they approached a woman? Is that what that
Yes.
stat was?
Yeah, like 50.
No, 50% are
50%.
scared of being creepy. 50.
Yeah.
20% think that it could be seen as harassment.
Oh, wow.
Blame the government again.
But at the same time, I'm sure there are some women that do feel that way. But this kind of leads back to that hypergamy point you were making quite a bit earlier. It's all right, two men, man A, man B, right? They both come up to you. They both say the same thing. And really, give me an honest answer here. Don't. It doesn't matter that the cameras are on you. Be honest. Man A, he's 6'4". He's got big muscles. He's dressed in a nice suit. You know where I'm going with this, right? He presents himself well. He speaks properly. He just presents a well put together man. And the second one looks like he's got Cheeto dust, and he's sprinkled it off after getting out of his car that he borrows from his mum. It's they both say the exact same thing. You'll feel gross if the second man says oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
Whereas
because
if the first man says it to you, you're like,
All
oh
depends,
yeah, I
all
feel.
depends on
I
what
feel it. We've
experience
seen
do
this.
you have. All
Yeah.
depends on what experience do you have. That day that I kissed him, he was the only one that wasn't paying attention to me. He was the one that say hi to me and was the most timid one. And all depends what experience do you have. Nerds would rock your world. Do not discard a nerd. They pack in and they got it going on. So
That's
that
right.
man that looks like he's Zen is probably gonna talk to 50 other girls. Go for the one that it makes you feel the best and it. Forget about the looks. Forget about the suit. Just try them all out. You will get to know. It's
Okay,
true.
so there's something called market research. How many of you ladies are willing to hear that nerd out rather than...
Yes.
Are you willing to
Are you willing to...
test
the
the market
nerd
1,000 times?
Or option A or option B?
Probably A.
Okay,
obviously.
thank you.
I like nerds, but a different.
And here's the but.
Type of
bad.
nerd.
I like smart guys who work in finance that make
Yeah.
$100,000
I like
Six
nerds
foot,
without
blue
Cheeto
eyes.
dust on his shirt.
He put him that nerd, the most horrible one. He put it, no,
Yeah,
it's not like
nerd
that.
with Cheeto
Listen,
dust?
you're the exception to the rule. You met some nerdy ass military
He's
guy
not a
that
nerd,
put
he's
it
not
on
a
you.
nerd,
You
he's
put your
not a
titties
nerd.
in his face.
He's not a nerd,
Bingo,
he's not a
bingo.
nerd,
Ladies,
he's not
grab
a
your
nerd.
thumbs up. Grab your thumbs down. Last point right here. This is a survey that was done talking about how women want men to operate in real life. Here are the 3 things that women want men to do on or after dates. You have that article? Here we go. Looking for love. Here are the 3 things. So Tinder surveyed 1,000 women asking the question, what are the 3 things a guy should do on a date? I'm going to read the 3 things. Put a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you agree with these 3 things. Number 1, the man must make sure your date gets home safely 60% of women found this level of care to be chivalrous.
Yeah.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I hope so.
Okay, gentlemen.
Yeah, go to jail.
Amy, you
with
have a little thing?
Sure.
Brandon, give it to her.
There you go.
There you go. Give it to her, Brandon. She'll take it in her hand. So all the women on the panel want the man to make sure you get home safely.
Yes.
Check. Gentlemen, put that in your little bing. Number 2, put your phone away during the date. Put it away. Don't check it.
I'm a fan of that.
Amy?
man.
Amy don't care.
Put
Nat
that
doesn't
phone
care.
down.
I'm like so.
It depends on the
Okay.
way.
All
What if-
attention
Depends.
over
What if it's
here.
for
If he's
work?
busy, you gotta
Yeah,
make
if
calls.
it's, bus-
Go
if
ahead,
it's
Daddy.
business.
Call him.
If it's business.
Okay, number 3, give
Sure.
sincere compliments
Oh yeah.
that compliment something other
Then looks.
than their looks.
Yes, that's nice, but that's not like a deal breaker.
So green, 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 green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not a deal
What a
breaker.
lovely outfit. Oh my God, you have such a great personality. What's a favorite compliment a guy can give you other than, not looks? Favorite compliment. Give some game.
Something about my personality.
Something about your personality. Go ahead, Janelle.
My mind.
Your mind. Chica?
I thought I was just gonna get laid. You got great conversation.
Oh my God.
You had that one
Okay.
uncle.
My energy.
Your energy.
Yeah.
You got that BDE, but in a female vibe. Amy, what's the best compliment a man can give you?
I don't know. Just depends on the situation. I don't care if it's physically, mentally, whatever, as long as it's genuine and sincere.
Okay. Nat?
That like I carry myself in a very well-mannered way. To me, it goes back to how I was raised in my family. So that's why I like that one.
Definitely don't be like, oh, damn, girl, you got some big ass. No. You don't need to do all that.
That's
Anyway,
when it switches and you have to pay.
I hope we served you guys with a bunch of game today. Save that money.
Yes.
As much as we want our friend Michael to make a bunch of money serving the OnlyFans community, don't spend on your money on these girls.
Serve me a little bit, please.
Don't as much as we want Angelina, who I would love to have you back on
Yes.
again.
I'm coming
to
back. I
sell.
love all of you.
We'd love to have you on
Yay.
again. To make a bunch of money, don't give her all your money. Save that money.
Yes.
Put it in your
Invest
budget.
in yourself. Become the best version of yourself. And you won't have to rely on AI girlfriends or
'Cause that's
being a
strange.
pay pig or being femdomed. Be the best version of yourself. By the way, everyone's bios, Instagrams are
Down below.
in the chat below. If you like anyone on the show, shoot them a DM. Subscribe to their channel. Let them know where to be found. They're all there below. Now we've got some super chats. We'll wrap up.
Yes, and if you need to connect with Adam, you also can connect on.
Yes, you can find me on Minect. I believe
Yes.
that
Me as well.
if you need advice, there you go. You can find me on Minect. About to hit 2,000. Go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you for super chats. We actually have an OG super chatter. Beaten Cheeks
Oh, our guy.
is in the chats. I see you in the chat. He said, "Oh my gosh, what a day to tune in. Cat fights. Just flew back to Florida. What a night and a date difference in the women's weight from American to Italy. OF is so trash. Holla for $1, Adam and Nat. See
There
you
you go.
guys
Alejandro,
soon.
thank you.
Then we have another one from Beaten Cheeks. Any girls that make 100K yearly, own a house, car, pay my first bills, Venmo me 1,000 and I'll holla back. Soft guy era, we up, drizzle, drizzle. And then he had the last chat. He said, these single women with money is making things tough out here. Us soft guys, we up. We want to be provided for. We want to be pampered. We want to know. We want drizzle, drizzle. Beaten Cheeks.
Yeah.
What is this? Thank you for the super chats, guys.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Any women that want to pay my bills, go ahead. It's amazing. I will be a perfect stay-at-home husband for any of you.
Oh,
We can
gross.
do
Thank you
OnlyFans
guys for
together.
being here. Thank you, lovely ladies. It's been awesome having you. Michael, thank you for being our special
Yes,
guest today.
thank
Brandon,
you.
Amy, Natalia, the crew out here. And
Thank
thank you
you.
guys
Thank you.
for being here.
definitely.
By the way, this Thursday,
Oh, yes.
another special guest, UFC superstar Colby Covington will be in the house
Yeah.
talking Trump, talking Ryan Garcia,
Nice.
talking what's going on at UFC with Conor McGregor, coming up, talking about America.
America.
That's this Thursday and every Thursday here on Valuetainment at 4 p.m. on the SOSCAST, baby. We out. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Peace.
I have to pee.